we may die. We're still here. So come and get us, motherfucker.
We're gonna go ahead and get into tonight's review, chat. My scene by scene breakdown of The Predator, chat, the 2018 film. All right. Now, before I go ahead and provide you with some nitty-gritty details, the behind-the-scenes shenanigans about this movie, how it was received by critics and audiences and everyone, everyone else, and how all the other stuff that went into this movie, chat. I got to ask you a very important question. That question being, how many of you have seen The Predator? Very curious about this, chat. So far, the last chapter, but not for long, though, chat. Not for long. But at the moment, the last chapter in the Predator series. Okay, that's fair. I have not. Bad boy, I've seen all the Predator movies. Interesting note, the first film was Oscar nominated for visual effects. I buy it. I buy it. Because we've never seen it. Person Mans raises hand. As I said above, I have not. Fair. Quee, not me. Serious Buck? Nope. Nye Brady. I've only seen the first one in Predators. Those are the best ones. So you're doing it right, Nye. You're doing it right. Vanispheres? Once. And only once. Sir Baby? Nope, never. Bill Casey? I have. New Zealand Reverend Predator? Who she tells? I did, unfortunately. Axel? I have not seen it. Never made it past Predator 2. You should check out Predators. Seriously. The Predators is super underrated. You should watch that movie. I've sung its praises before and in my review. Sarah's seen it, but I don't remember much. Not missing much. Not much to remember. I'll tell you that right now. Have not. It looked really bad even from the trailers. Blackstone, unfortunately, I saw it, is garbage. Yeah. So that's good. We got a good diverse group here. I like this. Edgy Berserker didn't see this one. My brother hating this movie was more than enough for me to avoid it. Did you only saw the trailer? I hated Keegan-Michael Key in the yeah, I'll tell you what. Like, because when you think of Keegan-Michael Key's gonna be in a Predator movie, well, that's gonna be fun. I'm sure this is gonna be great. He's gonna be the jokey character, but you're gonna love him. You're gonna be endeared to him. And if he does die, you're like, oh no, not Keegan-Michael Key, but he's so good. And you do not have that reaction in the movie. Spoiler, yes, he is supposed to be. I mean, it feels like it's a movie where everyone's the comic relief. That's what this is. Okay, we'll get into the details in a second, chat, but that's what I feel like this movie is. I understood what Shane Black and Fred Dekker, who's also the other screenwriter who wrote this film famously, The Night of the Creeps, and also Monster Squad and stuff, along with Shane Black. And I understood what they were doing. They're like, okay, we're going to breathe new life into the Predator franchise. We're going to adhere more to the original film. The one 87 one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is a beloved action film from the 80s. I love that film, chat. It's probably my favorite Schwarzenegger movie. It's up there. It's definitely in top 3 territory, chat. So goddamn good. And even though I like Predator 2 and really like Predators, there hasn't been another Predator film that has lived up to that original movie, in my opinion. And so they're like, okay, we're going to go back to basics. We're going to have that. We're going to have a full squad of guys and gals, and you're all going to be endeared to them. They're going to be funny. They're going to be quipping the entire time. But I think that's one of the big issues of this film. I mean, listen, there are other issues. Yes, there's a shit ton of exposition, and the story, the reason as to why the Predators are on Earth again is dumb, and it's a trope that we often have seen in Hollywood for, I would say, like the last 10 years. I was like, okay, what is it about this thing that Hollywood seems so transfixed on? We'll talk about it. We'll get to it, Chet. We'll get to it. You'll be like, wait, excuse me? It's dumb. It's really fucking dumb. And it's something that Hollywood loves to indulge in nowadays, and I don't understand it. But I can see where what Shane Black and Fred Dekker were doing, where they wanted to give you characters you just like, oh, you want to hang out with them. And they're all, what they are, chat, is they're comedians constantly competing with each other. That's what it is. Where this film is filled with jokes, and I would say most of them do not land. I would say 90% of the jokes that they have, the quips that they throw out just don't land. It's just kind of, it's awkward where you have people like Keegan-Michael Key or Trevante Rhodes or Thomas Jane or Alfie Allen or any of the number of other actors who are in this film where most of their dialogue is just riff, quib, joke, and it's just kind of falling flat. And eventually this is what happens. Check Kill a Bitch. Vanessa, good to see you. Hope you're doing very well. Chat, please check out Vanessa. Check out Kill a Bitch. She's a great person, great streamer. what happens then is that you start to resent all these characters. You're like, fuck, shut this. You're like at a point where like, okay, just shut the fuck up. And even when they take a moment to focus on a lot of the darker aspects of these characters' pasts, at that point you don't give a shit about them. You don't give a fuck because you're already so annoyed with them. Like, you find out a big fucking reveal in regards to Keegan-Michael Key's character and Thomas Jane's character and how they're connected. And it's like, it's tragic and it's also interesting and how they have the dynamic that they do. But because all they do is that they riff on each other and just joke back and forth and you're just annoyed by it. You're like, I don't fucking care. Maybe that would have been interesting to focus on earlier in the movie. But now you're bringing up out of nowhere, and I'm just like, okay, and it almost feels like it's, oh yeah, and that happened, and it's like, wait, what? You even have a character that reacts like, whoa, that thing with those two guys, are they go with each other? He goes, yeah, whatever. And it's like, nothing's earned, and the character stuff they do bring up the last minute. At that point, you just don't give a shit anymore. You don't care, which is a huge problem. So I understood what they wanted to go for originally, just giving you a lot of fun characters, but they just end up not being all that fun, and really they turn into just being annoying, and they indulge in stereotypes as well. We have a Hispanic character who's always going about Jesus and the Bible and stuff like that, you know, all that, Santa Maria and all that shit. You have the black character who is like, I'll do anything for the white man. I will save my white brethren. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you indulging in the blackifice again? Please, for the love of God, don't do that. And so that's just really annoying to me. You have a villain. You have Sterling K. Brown. I forgot, like, Sterling K. Brown was in this movie as the bad guy. I don't know what his name is. He's just Sterling K. Brown. He chews gum, and he's like, I want to kill everybody. There's no rhyme or reason. It's like, why do you want to kill that person? You're just creating more enemies. It's like, just save them or just let them die. It's like, okay. He's like, no, kill them, execute them. Why? He manufactures villains for himself. He manufactures larger threats to the point where he's just alone in the end. Like, why are you doing that? It doesn't make any sense. And of course, like, as I said, the editing in this movie is awful. Technical aspects of the movie are bad. Really, like, it's right. It's playing in the first few minutes, Chad, this film, you know how bad the editing is because you're just confused at first. Like, wait, what happened? Your mind kind of works on it. I was like, oh, and I forgot about some of this stuff. And I'm reminded again, like, rewatching this movie, how bad the editing is, and the inconsistent characters, and the action. The action, it goes back and forth by either like, oh, that was pretty cool, but there's a real over-reliance, Chad, on CGI, and it feels something like a lot of these big directors where, you know, yes, back in the day, they had a lot of practical effects. Like Steven Spielberg used a lot of practical effects, Ridley Scott used a lot of practical effects, George Lucas. But now, because the advent of CGI and computer-generated images, it's like, well, it's become easier, so we'll just use a bunch of CGI. And a lot of the weight's taken out from this movie. You know, there are, like, we'll get a Predator guy in a suit, like, they have that, but then it's replaced by a big old CGI Predator. And it doesn't have the same aesthetic. It's the aesthetic. The aesthetic doesn't match. It's like, okay, I see, like, you're trying to copy the original movie, but you blatantly refuse to adhere to the aesthetic established by the first film. And that always bothers me. That always gets in my fucking craw. And that's here in this movie, Chad. And so what you end up getting is a really disappointing sequel, the most disappointing chapter in the Predator series so far. And it boggles the mind because you think, Shane Black, he has such an affection for the original one, wrote part of it, not credited, but he definitely had an impact on that script, started, and you think, oh, this guy's going to fucking nail it. There's no doubt about it. And no, it's not the case. It's not the case. It has a fucking all-star cast, and they're wasted, completely wasted. You have Boyd Holbrook. You have Sterling K. Brown. You have, and got Jacob Tremblay. We'll talk about Jacob Tremblay's character, but he's a good child actor, Shane. I'm sure he's going to grow up to be a great actor. You have Thomas Jane. You have Keegan-Michael Key. You have Alfie Allen. Even Olivia Munn. I know she gets a lot of hate, but she's not even the worst thing in this movie, believe me. I think there's other people in this film that don't do a good job, and I'm not annoyed by her character like some people were. I think she's the least of this movie's problems, in my opinion. I think there's some goofy shit they do with her, but I'm not bothered by her. She's honestly the one I'm like, okay, I kind of get her deal. I just don't think they use her that well. Not her fault, Chad. Not her fault. She's cute. I wish she shows up. Duncan Henry, thank you again for how many biddies was that? Sorry, I was going off. On the Predator chat. 15 biddies. We love you, white people. So good. That's the thing, man. I'm glad you do. You're always performing sacrifices for ourselves. See, once, apparently, chat, movie lore, movie logic, when a black man or a black woman finds out that the main white character is a child, they're like, well, I gotta die for that black man, or excuse me, I gotta die for that white man or white woman and their child, which is usually white as well. You gotta perform that sacrifice, chat, and that is in full fucking effect here. And when it happens, you're like, that was dumb. Yay, the white man. Jake Busey's in it too. He's like, hi, my dad was in Predator too. Does anyone care? Does anyone? No? Okay. We'll talk about that. But yeah, chat, that is the, of course, the movie came out. It did not do well critically. Audiences, I think that, I mean, it's, you know, I don't know how audiences thought of this film initially. I remember not liking it at all. I feel like a lot of people didn't like it. And I think the opinions have soured on this film, 3-4 years later after that. It's just a bad movie. It's typically looked at as the worst Predator film. However, it is the highest grossing film in the franchise. It had a budget of $88 million, box office 160.5, so it made its money back, but not a lot. I mean, I guess, maybe it didn't. I mean, $88 million, I don't think it did. You need to double that production budget, and it didn't really reach that. And so they were kind of, after that was kind of put on hold. There was talk about doing sequels. 2 other sequels of Shane Black as the director. But he famously said after the first one to come after a year later that it's like, well, I haven't gotten a word that 20th Century Fox at the time wanted, because 20th Century Fox owned the property and it was bought by Disney. And I think all that was pretty much, that's been canceled. All the Shane Black Predator-led films, those are done. Director made a fan film called Predator Dark Ages, and so we're in the latest Predator movies. That's on YouTube. I'll check that out. Predator Dark Ages, maybe. Thank you. I assume maybe it takes place in the medieval times or something. Hence, Dark Ages. Neat. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. And so, but then the property was acquired by Disney. And in secret, chat, Dan Trachtenberg famously directed 10 Cloverfield Lane, a movie I really, really enjoy from the previous decade. He's finished principal photography for a Predator, I guess, prequel movie called Skulls. Well, at least has a working title called Skulls, chat. And it apparently follows a Comanche, a Native American warrior. I think it's like a Comanche warrior during the Civil War. Found a Comanche woman who goes against gender norms and traditions to become a warrior. And I guess her and her people fight a predator or the predators. John Goodman twerk. Remember that twerk? It's like, no, it's too much. Take it back. It was way too much John Goodman in that shot. But that's what they're doing. So I think that sounds interesting. I'm over the best. I like Dan Trachtenberg a lot, so I want to see what he's going to do with that film. I mean, it's funny because, people are like, oh, Disney has these properties, not going to do anything with them. But, hey, we got that Alien series on the horizon by Noah Hawley, chap. Famously did Fargo and Legion. And now we have this Predator movie. So I'm interested to see what's going to be. Here's to see what's going to be, chap. But, yeah, I think this is the film that I think really soured a lot of people on Predator sequels. But maybe people's interest will be born anew with this new movie, chat. But it definitely soured mine. I was like, fuck this. Can't continue on with this. And they do some sequel bait bullshit here. They do some really bad, shitty sequel bait bullshit that you'll never see. And it's like, oh, wait until the next film. It's like, what film? What film are you talking about? There is not going to be another movie. It's like, get out of here. Wasn't there a Red Savage the Predator? And that's why they were making one for a while. They weren't. They were making one for a while? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Could be, possibly. Could possibly be. I was unaware if that is indeed true. Weren't making one for a while. Gotcha. Because I know they made Predators. They made Predator 2, and then long fucking gap. I know Predator 2 did not perform how they wanted to perform. That was the least grossing film. And then years later, nearly 20 fucking years later, then they did Predators, which I really like. But I don't think that performed exceptionally well at the box office. I don't remember if it did. And then they did the Predator, which is the highest grossing film in the franchise. Although against that production budget. It is what it is, chap. But now you heard my general thoughts on this. You heard other people's general thoughts on this movie. I've heard your general thoughts, chat. Let's get into the nitty-gritty details as to why this movie is a big pile of duty. I will say I like the poster. A lot of orange, though. But I did like the idea of, like, oh, shit, that was really cool. Remember the original one? You had it where he has the human skull and stuff. It's like, oh, that's neat. And that's like another Predator. He has a Predator skull. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I dig that. And that was the coolest thing that came from that movie, chat, was the really neat-looking poster. Other than that, no thank you. But let's go ahead and get to the nitty-gritty details, chat. You've heard my opinions. You've heard other people's opinions. I've heard your opinions. Let's go, chat. We open, and I will say it gets into the shit early on, chat. We are in space, and we are seeing two Predator ships shoot at each other, shooting the shit out of each other, or at least one's flying away, not doing a good job because it's getting blasted and everything. Like this widow baby Predator ship being chased by this big, thick daddy Predator ship. And I guess they have like a weird hyperdrive system or something, where it's kind of like open, I don't know, like a rift. I don't know how they don't explain this in the movie, but I guess the Predator ships can bend space and time, okay? And they're opening up rifts in the galaxy or universe and shit, and they're slipping on through, and the other one, like, slips in, the big, thick daddy one slips into the rift right before it closes, chat. But thankfully, the widow baby ship, it's getting blasted and stuff, but it opens one rift, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna close it a lot sooner now, and it closes the little rift, and the big daddy ship's like, hey, god damn it, I'm gonna get you. Ooh. But it's like, okay, it's interesting. Why is the big daddy Predator ship chasing after the widow baby Predator ship? I don't know, chat. But then we see that it's arrived on Earth, and the ship's getting all fucked up and it's crashing and stuff, and it's entering the atmosphere, chat. And we see the Predator's just walking around. The Predator's like, it's got to like I don't know, it's trying to like, it moves like this. Like really exaggerate, but like slower because it's so big. I like that it's moving around the ship like, and it's pressing a whole bunch of buttons and stuff. And we see that the Predator gets into the escape pod, this little Predator escape pod, the baby ship, and it separates from the main ship. Now, I want you to take note of the scene, chat, because it's in the middle of the day. It's broad fucking daylight, chat. The sun is super high in the sky. It's all the way up there, chat. It's like, maybe it's like noon, 1 p.m. So just kind of, you get the time of day, right? And then we see the escape pod separate, and it's like, but it got damaged too when the big daddy Predator ship was firing at it, and so it's spinning out, looks like it's about to crash. And while the other Predator ship, that crashes somewhere else. And then, chat, we then cut, and we're introduced to, also, I forgot to mention, the Predator also takes out like a device. It's like, I don't know, I'm going to call it the booper. It's the Predator booper, chat, and he takes out the Predator booper, and it tucks it in between its thick Predator bosoms, and then it gets in an escape pod in the middle of the day. We then, chat, we immediately cut to a hostage situation. I guess this takes place somewhere in South America or Central America, and we got these cartel guys, and they have these American hostages, chat, to stay in Cancun. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? And they're being observed, chat, by Boyd Holbrook, who I like as an actor. I loved him in the first 2 seasons of Narcos. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if he's in the other seasons, but I know he's in those first 2 seasons, and he's really good. About Pablo Escobar. Great TV, chat. The Boopa. And he's excellent as the leader of the, I don't know, what are they called? The Revenants, the Ravagers. In Logan, as I live and breathe, the Wolverine. Like, I love that shit. He's good. I like him a lot. I forget his name, but a lot of charisma in that role. And so I was like, I want to see more of Boyd Holbrook. He's really cool. And I thought, Boyd Holbrook cast in a Predator movie? Reavers, that's it. Thank you, Blackstone. I was like, Ravagers, Reavers, Revenants, which one? Reavers, that's it. Combine them into one. And I thought, he's perfect choice for a Predator movie. He's gonna do great. Honestly, it's not his fault. I don't think it's his fault. I mean, him and Olivia Munn, I think, are the actors that do the best in the film. You know, because everyone else you're just fucking annoyed by or confused by. I feel like him and Olivia Munn are the best actors in the movie. And so he's monitoring the situation, chat. He's all gillied up like in that mission in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, when you have it where you got the sniper rifle and you got to shoot the Russian guy's arm off, right? And he's like looking and stuff. And he's observing, he's talking to headquarters like, yeah, the cartel guy, he's got these American hostages. What do you want me to do? And they're like, shoot him. But right before he's about to start shooting him, chat, they all stop because they look up. And by the way, it's fucking night out. Darkness, it's like midnight at this point, if not later, and we see the escape pod from the Predator ship start to spiral away from the main one, from the big ship, from the widow baby ship. And it's like, how are these happening at the same time if it was literally daylight at one point and now it's nighttime now? That makes no goddamn sense to me at all. And we see them separate, and we see the escape pod start hurtling towards Boyd Holbrook, who then's like, well, I'm going to shoot the guy. And he's like, I'm going to still listen. There might be an alien spacecraft hurtling right towards my fucking face, but I'm going to shoot this cartel guy. And he shoots him, and then they kill the other hostages. I don't know. I don't know if they kill them. There's other guys around him. We don't see them until much later on in the scene. But you assume, like, his boys also went and got the American hostages. But Boyd is like, well, I love shooting me a cartel guy in the face. But, there's a alien spacecraft heading towards me. So he took us out of there, chat, and it crashes. Big explosions, chat. And as any curious Caucasian man would do, he wants to investigate that, chat. As you know, curiosity killed the Caucasian. And he approaches the burnt-out hole where the escape pod crashed. And he goes over there and immediately just starts touching shit. It's like, did no one watch Prometheus? Why? Chad, we'll talk about this. He goes above and beyond, but he opens up the pod, which actually, no, it's already opened, but he opens it up more, finds the Predator mask and like, this is cool, puts it on and stuff, puts on one of the Predator gauntlets and it's like, cool, and attaches to his fucking arm and everything. He's like, whoa. It's like, why are you touching this? Gene, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by, good sir. See you next time. Hope you have a good night. But it's like, why are you touching shit? And then this one guy goes, hi, and he's like, oh, it's one of his, I don't know, buddies or whatever. One of the other guys that is on the mission with him. And he's like, did you secure the hostages? And he goes, yep, the hostages are A-okay. It's like, all right, we didn't see that, but we're told that they're going to be A-okay. And he's like, what do you got there? He's like, alien spaceship. And he goes, oh, okay. And he's like, hey, did you see Billy? Is Billy? We don't know what happened to Billy, Chad. He's like, I thought he was with you. He said he was going to go and check with you once we secured the hostages. And he's like, well, I haven't seen Billy once the thing fell down. When the spaceship, he's like, well, where is he? And then we see this tree right in front of them, and we see the skinned body of Billy, Chad. He's been eviscerated. His tum-tum has been ripped out, chat. And so the Predator apparently is like, I gotta fucking hunt something even though I just crashed. Like, why? You seem to have other pressing concerns, like your fucking spaceship just crashed. Why do you gotta, it's like these Predators, they I guess they get off to it. They're like, I gotta hunt something immediately to calm myself down. I get in the vapors, I get the nerves. I need to skin me a military man. I need to skin me a curious Caucasian. He fucking skins him. He fillets him, chat, like you wouldn't believe. And they're like, oh shit, Boyd Holbrook and his boy, they look up and they see the Predators just going, hi, and they're like, oh, and they immediately start shooting at the Predator, chat. They start shooting at him. And also, the Predator's like, hey, don't do that. And the thing is, they shoot their buddy who is like already completely fucked up. But then the Predator has like an arm. He has that plasma caster can on his shoulder. Shoots right through Boyd Holbrook's friend, right through the gut. He explodes and he dies. But then Boyd, he activates like the Predator gauntlet. And it cuts through, that's what happens. It cuts through the body of his friend who got filleted. And then it like hits the Predator and he falls down, chat. And the Predator, because the body got cut in half of his friend who was hanging in the tree, all of the blood and feces and urine from Billy just soak the Predator's face, chat. And it reveals what because before it was like invisible, they see it. And Predator always does this shit where it's invisible, obviously, but it does the glowy eye thing. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you revealing yourself? It's just like, hey, look at these fucking humans. Hey, guys, look, I'm gonna do the glowy eye thing. And it freaks him out. But all the feces falls in the Predator's face. And he goes, bah, I'm covered in feces. And Boyd Holbrook's like, oh! And, he starts shooting. And he gets the hell out of there, Chad. That's it. And that's what happens. Eventually, he leaves. He gets the hell out of Dodge, chat. And then the Predator also is like, well, he goes to his pod and he realizes, oh, my shit's gone. Oh, no. But then he hears a whirlybird, chat. He hears a helicopter coming, and he gets the hell out of there at this point. He's like, I don't have all my stuff. I probably should have taken the stuff out of the pod when I crashed, but I had to gut Billy. I had to eviscerate him because I had to get off a little bit. I need to relax. And so we then get the arrival, chat, of Sterling K. Brown, and like great actor as we know, but he not great in this movie. Again, what they write for him is not very good. He does two things. He chews gum, and he does a lot of evil shit for no apparent reason. Like, he chews a shit ton of gum. Like, that's his thing. He's always chewing gum, and he's chewing in that very loud, obnoxious way. Like when he, laughs manically. Or he's doing something particularly evil, like watching someone burn alive. He's like, he's always chewing gum, Chen. It's not one piece, and it's it's like that big old carton of gum, and it's the one where then the giant cubes. And he's just constantly throwing shit in his mouth. It's like, dude, your jaw is gonna hurt after that, like really bad. But he lands there. He pops in a piece of gum. You don't really know he's evil at first. You think he's a little eccentric. But then he goes to the crash pod, and he's got like a pet white guy. I don't know what his name is, chat, but it's Sterling K. Brown's white best friend. And you don't want to be his white best friend. I'm going to tell you that right now, chat. It's not going to work out well for you. But the white best friend does not know this at this point. And they walk up to the pod. And they're like, oh, they're back. It's hunting season. And he goes, yes, but it looks like there's something missing. And it's like, was there a mission going on around here? And they go, yeah, it involves Boyd Holbrook. And he's like, find him. We need him. We need him for questioning. And then kill him. Why are we killing him, sir? Because I said so, and I'm evil. And he's like, okay. And so when we cut, and Boyd Holbrook, he's gone to a small Mexican village, chat. You know it's a Mexican village because everything is yellow and orange for some reason everywhere. If you make a movie in Mexico, the color palette, the thing that they use, they put on the camera is just yellow and orange. It's like, I don't think Mexico actually looks that way, but okay, sure. And so we're in the yellow and orange Mexico, chat. And he goes up to the bartender and he reveals his gun. Everyone's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We got a crazy white man with a gun. That's the last thing. We got to deal with the cartel. Last thing we need is a crazy white person shooting up the joint. And so they leave, and the bartender is like, senor, I don't want any trouble. And he's like, well, troubles come to you now, okay? All right? Also, what's his name? Boyd Holbrook, he finds the booper, the Predator booper that the Predator had before, because the most important thing that the Predator wants, he just left that in the goddamn pods. Like, that would be usually the first thing you would be like, make sure that is tucked neatly in my Predator bosom. But he has it now, and a ball came out of it. And he's like, I need you to mail some stuff, okay? I need you to mail this Predator mask and this gauntlet and this booper and this ball. And the guy's just like, sir, I don't want to do that. But then when he turns, he goes to the bar because I need myself a drink. And he's like, I want tequila too. And he's like, sir, I don't know if I can do that for you. When he turns back around, Boyd Holbrook has become invisible. So somehow he's been able to figure out Predator technology very quickly, and the ball made him go invisible, chat. And he goes, he's all, Jesus, Jesus, and he's doing the sign of the cross, that shit. And it's like, right away, sir, he takes all of the Predator stuff, the mask, the gauntlet, and the booper, and he then goes to the post office. While Boyd Holbrook's like, I'm going to keep the ball. I'm going to do something with this ball. And so this alien piece of technology, and he pours himself some, tequila, puts the ball in his mouth and swallows it. Why are you putting alien technology in your body? He's like, I'm going to swallow this. I'm sure it's going to be safe. How do you know it's going to be safe? What reason is he doing this for? That's not explained. Why is he? I don't get it. It's like there's no explanation as to. That's the thing where it's like this movie was heavily edited, chat, before his release, because there's stuff that we go from one scene to the next, and it's like, why are we suddenly here? What happened in between all this? But for whatever reason, he's running away from the United States government. And he's now swallowing Predator technology, and he just goes whoop, and that's it. Could be radioactive. It could explode inside your gut. It could turn you into an abomination. He did not see Prometheus, chat. So, geez, I'm like, they pulled the Prometheus right here. It's either we're touching black goo, or evil-looking vagina snakes, or swallowing Predator balls. That's what goes on here, chat. But apparently we cut, and we're like, okay, well, we're done with that part of the movie for now. We're going to come back to it, but it'll be weird and awkward like it always is. And we are now introduced to the character, played by Jacob Tremblay, who is the son he's the son of Boyd Holbrook. And, he has, autism. And he's dealing with that. He's going to school. He's obviously very intelligent too. He's able to remember certain things better than other people are. It's like chess club or something, and he's doing his thing. Like, he doesn't play chess because he doesn't do well in social situations, but he likes observing the chess games. He likes looking at everybody. And like, you have these two kids that are playing chess right now, but he goes, I don't know if you want to do that. He'll beat you like in 5 moves. And it's like, whoa, you're really smart. And he goes, yeah. And he walks away, and he does like all the other games too. Eventually, we transition to 2 bullies who are like, hey, dude, pull the fire alarm. No, you fucking pull the fire alarm, dude. No, you fucking do it, dude. No, you. And then eventually one of them does it. And it's like, oh, shit. I thought when you pull the fire alarm, like, you get sprayed by, like, ink so they know it was you. Apparently not the case. But everyone's like, oh, fire alarm, we gotta leave. And so they all start leaving, but Jason Tremblay's character, he's like, he doesn't like loud noises, and he's going, and he goes to the back of the classroom, and he kind of like goes into a fetal position crying because he doesn't understand. And then the 2 bullies come in, and it's like, oh, dude, do you want some ass burgers? Oh, you know I love me some ass burgers, bro. I love me my thick ass burgers. And so they just start harassing Jacob Tremblay's character because he's autistic, but he's like, you got Asperger's, bro. You're a loser because you have Asperger's. And it's like, this is awkward, and it's not great. And then they're like, we hate chess club, and they start knocking over all the chess boards, all the chess pieces where all the chess, group members were playing. And they knock them all over, and then they leave. But then Jason Tremblay, he gets up because the fire alarm stops, but he remembers where all the pieces were. And so he puts them back where all of they originally were, because he has that photographic memory. So he goes home, and he's walking home, and he passes by. There's another weird thing in this movie with a dog later on, and I don't fucking get it. There's a couple weird things of dogs in this movie, that's all I say. Dog and alien dog, and I'm very confused by them. And I think it feels like this movie, again, heavily fucking edited. But he's walking home. Yeah, Shazam bullies, very much Shazam bullies. It's like, are they going to then push a crippled kid in front of traffic and watch him get run over, or hit a crippled kid with their car, with their truck? It's like, what is with these Stephen King, like, people don't know how to write bullies in movies anymore. Bullies aren't really, it feels very, again, I think it's just a product of their time. When you look at, maybe David F. Sandberg, I don't know who wrote Shazam. Maybe it was David F. Sandberg. But with Shane Black, he clearly thinks of bullies from the 80s who are always more physical. Like, bullies today are different. Like, they get psychological. They use mind games on you, instead of, like, physically harassing you because they know they get in big trouble. So they're a little bit more weaselly about their bullying. So for whatever reason, though, Hollywood is, like, 3 decades back when it comes to bullying. Yeah, cyberbullying, shit like that. Using social media, exactly. And the way that how so many movies and TV shows depict bullying, is always dated to me. And it's on full display here yet again. I think it's just because Shane Black and Fred Dekker just don't know. They have no fucking clue. But he's walking home, and he goes by this fence, and there's this dog barking, rah, 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 and he doesn't like loud noises, so he's like, And eventually he goes home, and his mom's not there. His mom is played by Yvonne Strahovski, who you've seen before in Chuck, and she plays Miranda Lawson. I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm going to call her Miranda Lawson. For the sake of convenience, I'm sorry I can't say that last name for the life of me, so I'm not going to attempt it. I like her as an actress. I think she's talented. She's criminally underused here because she's just the mom in this movie. That's all she does. But he goes home, and obviously he's doing his thing. But then ding dong, the doorbell rings, and the mailman is there, and he goes, "Hi, son. So your PO." I guess they explain it here where his dad's. So the dad didn't send the Predator technology to his house. He sent it to his P.O. box, but I guess he hasn't been keeping up with payments for the P.O. box, and so they closed his P.O. box, and so the post office then sent all of his stuff, I'm like, this is bullshit. There's no way the United States Postal Service would fucking do this for a second, but they just bring all the stuff from the P.O. box to your home, which I just know is not true. They would throw that shit out. They would not do that. So I'm like, no matter what you do, whether he mailed it to his home or whether the post office we're just gonna we're just gonna, give it to you, but you gotta remember to keep up your. No, they would not do that. So the guy's like, hey, make sure this gets to the house. Guy would go like, okay, yeah, sure, and he would dump in the fucking dumpster as soon as he stepped out the goddamn door. But this post office, this postman chat, he apparently is the greatest postman to ever fucking live. And he has hand-delivered the Alien Predator box to a young Jacob Tremblay. And he's asking him, like, is your dad here to sign? And he goes, my dad kills people. He goes, oh, okay. It's like, my dad kills people, so you have the luxury of being a mailman. Very blunt. Very, very blunt. Sierra, as good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And speaking of his dad, actually, are we at that point yet? No, we're not. Not yet, Chappie. We shall soon return to him. We then cut, and we are introduced to Olivia Munn in a very awkward fashion. I feel like, and there was originally more scenes with Olivia Munn in this movie. So how we're introduced to her here, she's just at a dog park, and then Sterling K. Brown sends his boys to pick her up. And like, are you Dr. Olivia Munn? She goes, yeah. We need you for Project Stargazer. It was established in Predator 2 and shit. Just come with us, okay? We'll take care of your dog. And I don't know, they killed that dog, Chad. I'm sure Sterling K. Brown, it's like his MO is like, hi, my name is Sterling K. Brown. Can you help us? Oh, okay, great. Yeah, this is great. Okay, kill this person. It's like he automatically does that. Like, you work for him for like 5 minutes and he'll get bored with you and he'll kill you. There is no doubt that he's like, oh yeah, we'll take care of your dog. He shot that dog. He's remembered to kill the dog, right? It's like, of course, sir, of course. Following your orders, yes. So that dog is dead. That dog is definitely dead, Chad. I don't know why, but he's obsessed with that. Now, there is an earlier scene where she's running, I believe. This was cut from the original. I think this was cut from the movie, where she was running, jogging or something. And, it's Olivia Munn, so she's very curvy and she's a very beautiful woman. And she is accosted by this other jogger, Chad, like, how you doing, girl? You got a nice ass. And this, apparently, this actor who is a friend, or was a friend, I don't know, of Shane Black. And let me bring it up right here. Controversies. He hired his longtime friend Stephen Wilder Striegel, personally known as Stephen Wilder, for a minor unauditioned role in The Predator, which his character repeatedly tries to flirt with Olivia Munn's character. Apparently, Wilder has been registered felony sex offender since 2010 when he pleaded guilty to enticing a minor by computer after he attempted to lure a 14-year-old girl into a sexual relationship via email. Fucking gross. A few days before a picture lock on the film, Munn became aware of Wilder's history and approached Fox executives insisting that the scene be removed. So that's what they did with that one. So I think there was supposed to be more with her because it's a really awkward just introduction. It's like, oh, we need you to help right now. We'll take care of your dog, but not really. We're going to definitely kill your dog because Sterling K. Brown wants us to kill everybody. And so they take her. They abscond with her, chat. We don't see her for a while. Eventually, we cut back home to Jacob Tremblay, who is like, I don't know, eating carrot sticks or something and painting, like drawing. He's drawing something. This guy, he has a photographic memory, so he draws all this shit. His mom's also an artist, too. And she draws a lot of big boob pictures and a lot of big penis. Not just big boobies, chat. So that's the thing. Who needs help, right? It's not just, she doesn't like, oh, it's just going to be boobs. It's not, chat. It's big boobies and big dicks, too. She's draws them both, so don't you worry, okay? All right? Equal opportunity, focus on the human body, chat, on the erogenous zones of the human body. So she comes home and she's like, Jacob, I don't know what his name is, Ryan, maybe. He's like, Jacob, I have a Halloween costume. What do you want to be? Do you want to be, I forget what it is, fucking Wolfman? Or, no, pirate? Or Frankenstein? He's like, that's Frankenstein's monster, Mom. People commonly make this mistake from 1931's Frankenstein, but Frankenstein actually refers to Dr. Henry Frankenstein's original film. The monster, Frankenstein monster, often referred to as Frankenstein, is actually just called the monster. Do you know he's played by Boris Karloff? She goes, okay. He's like, so, pirate? And he's like, no, I don't want to wear the mask because they'll still know it's me. They know it's me. She's like, how will they know it's you? Don't you want to hang out with, your friends and stuff? He's like, I don't have any friends, Mom. They think I'm a freak. They think I have Asperger's. And she's like, oh, honey. And why don't you go downstairs and play video games? And she's like, okay. And so he goes he goes and plays video games. After that, we then cut to Boyd Holbrook, who is being interrogated, chat, by Sterling Kane Brown and the government. And it's like, so what happened? What slaps kids? Bah! Imagine giving birth to a, well, actually. Oh, that's good. After she gives birth to. But, so, at some point, Boyd Holbrook is captured by the government, which he's running from, but he also works for. Okay? And they're interrogating him, and they're asking him about the Predator technology and the spacecraft that crashed, and he's not saying shit about it. Like, it's never established as to why he's being so cagey with the government. Like, okay, again, there's missing footage from this movie. It's like, why are you acting the way that you're acting? Is it because you're there, but you're black ops, and like, is it kind of like Mission Impossible? It's like, listen, if you get found out, we have to abandon you. It's that kind of thing. We're gonna burn you or something. Is that what's going on? Again, I don't know. I have no idea. But he's not saying shit, and Sterling Kane Brown's like, he's chewing fucking gum like you wouldn't believe, chat. And he's like, oh, this guy knows something. And right, white best friend? Right, Sterling K. Brown. And he's like, yeah, my white friend backs me up, so clearly you know something. Off to the prison bus with you. Okay, and so he's sent to a prison bus, chat. He's being led, and they're poking him. He's like, if you poke me again, I'll stab you in your eye. That's what he says. Well, before we go on to the Looney Bus chat, we then cut back to Jacob Tremblay. And Jacob Tremblay, because the movie establishes if you have autism, you have a superpower. For whatever reason, Hollywood, and then we've seen this time and time again, they've used autism and showcased it where you can be a superhero or a master assassin, or, you know, this, whatever. You pick a fucking profession, chat, and you're like the best of the best of the best. And it's like, and they constantly do that. And I'm like, why is it? Why do they do it? And it's been like in the last 10 years, Screams in a Pill, that's how I feel about the show, all the time. And it's odd to me. I don't know what, there must have been a movie that started that, or a TV show that started, because there's a shit ton of them out there right now. It's still going on. You know, the accountant with Ben Affleck, he's a master assassin because his autism gives him special abilities. And it's the same here, where because he's autistic, he is an expert when it comes to languages and apparently alien technology that is far beyond us. And he's able to fucking figure out the Predator language like that. Like, oh yeah, I get this. I get all these fucking squiggles that we've been able to understand throughout the entire franchise. Yeah, oh yeah, squiggles. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. And he starts playing around with all this shit, plays around with the mask, plays around with the boop, instantly understands what the booper is, all this stuff. Vagrant shares the device. It might have been that Mercury Rising. Was that what it was? The Bruce Willis movie, Mercury Rising? I guess so, because that was quite a while ago, so maybe it was. Yeah. I just feel like in the last 10 years, we've seen a shit ton of it. And maybe that's because we consume so much media now and TV shows and movies, and we're kind of always, like our group, like we're in the know. But for whatever reason, he knows all this shit instantly. But we move on from super autism, and we're then introduced to the Looney Bus chat. And I understand what Shane Black and Fred Dekker were trying to go with. We're going to give you a lot of big personality characters. They're always joking. They're over the top. You're going to be engendered towards them. Like, I get that. I totally do. But because they're all pretty much the same character with certain small differences. Like, well, one's a guy that has, tics. He constantly says random crass shit all the time. Like Thomas Jane's character, that's what he does. He can't help himself. Every time he has tics, and he goes, fucking pussy shit. And like, he says that all the time. And he says pussy a lot in this movie. And it's never funny. It's like, I'm not a prude, but I'm just like, yeah, it's not great. But that's his thing. Keegan-Michael Key, he makes yo mama jokes like throughout the entire film. Yo mama. And it's like, all right. And he's like, what's the thing that a game for children and your mama's vagina have in common? And the guy goes, Thomas Jane's like, what? They're E for everyone. It's like, get it? Because everyone's been inside the vagina. One plays E for everyone games. And that's all he fucking does. You have another one that indulges in stereotypes, another comedic character named Miguel, and he's super religious, and he's always praying to Jesus and shit. That's his thing. Alfie Allen. Alfie Allen's not too... He eats pickles. That's what he does, and he also does jokes. And you also have... oh, God. Trevante? What's his name? What's the actor's name? Trevante Rhodes. And he is the character's like, I will lay down my life for the white man. That's what he's going to be. That's what he does in this movie. He's like, oh, you a white man? You're my white best friend? You have a kid who is also white? Oh, man, I got to kill myself in the first act then. If that's the case, that's what all these guys are. And it all falls flat for me. Like, I can see maybe some people like, oh, I really like these characters that work for me. But for me, I'm just like, I got exhausted by them. Because it's just Boyd Holbrook sitting on the bus as these guys are going bop, 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 back and forth, back and forth. And you even have the prison bus drivers going, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like the prison bus drivers, like, please, shut up. Stop talking. And they're giving them their backstories and past. And it doesn't matter. Because when it's eventually, because they bring them up here, but they all always laugh it off. And when it does come back in, I feel like it's too late because I've spent so much time with these guys. I'm already annoyed by them that I don't really give a shit about them. But you find out that Keegan-Michael Key, friendly fire situation where we got these guys in a Humvee killed. Like 6 out of 7 guys died. Alfie Allen, he went against orders and he destroyed like a fucking mountain or something. Miguel, he did something. That's all it is. It's the same shit. And it's like, okay, tragic backstory, but we're all joking about it. But then we'll touch on it at the very end, right before all these characters die. And it's like, but at that point, I don't really give a fuck. So that's all that is. That's all that is. So I'm not even going to go through the whole scene because it's literally just some riffing, a lot of improv, definitely a lot of improv, a lot of pussy jokes, and Thomas Jane losing his shit because he has tics. That's what he's constantly doing. Anyway, we then cut back to Olivia Munn. She's in the movie, by the way. They got her from the dog park chat. Sterling K. Brown definitely ordered the assassination of her dog. I'm sorry, but that's just what happened. But she's taken to the evil base from X-Men 2. Remember Stryker's base, Chad? Brian Cox's Stryker from X2. They take her to that base where apparently, like in the fucking dam, it's like it's Brian Cox gonna like, you're back, Olivia Munn, Psylocke. They take her down there where she's introduced to Gary Busey's son, Jake Busey, who does play the son of his character from Predator 2. I forget the character's name. Keys? I think his name is Keys. And they're like, we need you because, you're a zoologist. And she's like, I love animals. And they're like, yep, that's why we got you here. Because we found an animal from space. She's like, whoa, really? And right as they walk in, everything looks like an Apple store. Everything looks like an Apple store. But they walk in and she sees, and this is kind of cool, I like this, but even though it doesn't make any sense to me, but we see her go through these doors and she immediately spots all the old Predator tech from the previous movies, Chad. Specifically, obviously, well, not Predators, obviously, because they take place on the alien world, but Predator 2 Predator and Predator 2. Now, I don't know why the Predator, the technology from the first Predator movies there, like the helmet, because I thought that was destroyed in Predator when the Predator, launches the nuke and blows himself off. Jerks off when he blows himself up. Also, did Arnold grab the mask when he was running? But for whatever reason, that mask is there, and I don't know why. Like, I get why the Predator 2 stuff is there. I mean, but even then. Because I think the Predator's mask took its off, its spear and shit. Like, I get all that, but I don't know why the OG Predator's mask is there. It's a little detail. I mean, listen, it's another inconsistency in a movie that's constantly filled with inconsistencies and plot holes and shit. So I just noticed that when I was watching the film. But she's looking at all this, and she's like, this is so cool. Can I look at this? Can I study this? I like animals. And apparently, people ask her, it's like, because that Sterling K. Brown or whatever, it's like, what makes you qualified to be a part of this project? And she says, when I was 6 years old, I wrote a letter to the president asking him if he ever found an alien that I could study it. And that's what makes her qualified. And I'm like, and they're like, acceptable. Okay, that's fine. And we just move on. But eventually they introduce her to the big old room, Apple store. Steve Jobs is there. He didn't die, chat. He just works on the Stargazer project. And right before them is the Predator, chat. Just big old Predator dick hanging out and everything. Right on this gurney. And she's like, oh my God, I gotta analyze him. But then we get like a really weird scene when, right before, because she sees him, like, and but she's like, but we gotta go through decontamination. And it's awkward because it's like a non-gender specific decontamination. So you're just men and women just like cock and boobs hanging out, chat. And so she's like getting undressed right next to Jake Busey, who's also getting undressed. And they're just looking at each other like, oh my God, you're so fucking hot, Jake Busey. He's like, you're hot too, Olivia Munn. And, you know, they just do that. It's like, it's weird. Like, this doesn't feel necessary where we see Jake Busey lifting up his arms and his cheeks. Make sure he's not hiding any contraband in them thick Busey cheeks, chat. And, you know, Olivia Munn's doing the same thing, lifting up each bosom. And I imagine, you know, they got to be thorough. So it's like, why is this here? And then they let them in, and they're wearing weird plastic white, you know, sheets on them. It's like, okay, all right, whatever. But they go in there, and this movie is filled with, like, really shitty line references to the original movie. And because she goes up to the Predator, like, right by its face, and she goes, you are one beautiful motherfucker. Ah, they changed it. They're being cute. And he goes, yeah, that's right. But what can you tell us about this thing? And she's what can you tell me about him? And it's like, well, we call it the Predator, because his species has arrived on our planet several times in the past. Back in 1987, got involved with a little commando unit. There were only 2 survivors. Then it arrived in Los Angeles in 1997, and there were a few survivors. And she goes, that's a bad name. He goes, what do you mean? He's like, well, he should be called like the Hunter. Because what a predator does, it hunts because it has to. It needs to consume food. These guys are more like sports hunters. They just do it because, you know, it gets them off or something. And so he should be called like the Hunter. And they all go, yeah, that's probably right. And Sterling K. Brown's like, it's called the Predator, okay? Like, there's a little conversation about its name. It's like, all right, okay, sure, all right, that's fine. And then she looks at some blood samples, and she's like, oh my God, is that its blood? She's like obsessed with the blood because she wants to analyze the fuck out of it. And it's like, okay, sure. Let's go ahead and do that. And she's like, I want to see something, because it's kind of like, I mean, we have, even though it has a giant fucking weird crab face, kind of is human-esque, you know, arms and limbs, a big old predator dick. It's like, we got similar dicks. There's something here. There's something here about this. It might be related. And so then we then cut, and more bad jokes in the Looney Bus, more bad jokes. We find out that Trevante, he has a sad backstory. The reason why he's on the Looney Bus is because he tried to kill his commanding officer, and, you know, that's why he's here. And he starts laughing and shit. And they ask Boyd Holbrook, why are you here, Boyd Holbrook? And he's like, I saw me a space alien. And they all start laughing at him. And he's like, shut up, guys. Everyone fucking shut up. Okay, I saw a space alien. And they're like, all right, okay, you saw a space alien. All right, sure. And they just do that. They just say space alien in a mocking voice. Eventually we cut. And then the big predator ship, the Big Daddy predator ship has arrived at Earth. It's tracked down the little baby ship, and it's flying, and it's big. It's got lizard dogs. It's got big old lizard dogs on board, and it's like analyzing shit. It's trying to find the location of the baby predator stuff, and which it spots it because it finds out that the baby predator stuff is being played with by Jacob Tremblay, who, as we already realized, Chad, he solved the entire language of the predators and is able to use the technology with ease, and so well, he's using it so well that even though he knows that the predators, like, he finds out, oh, I'm being watched. And again, another thing that's been around since the 80s, chat, Jacob Tremblay uses his super autism to hack into the Predator Big Daddy ship and make it go haywire, chat. And so the Big Daddy Predator ship's like in cloaking mode, so it's not spotted. But because Jason Tremblay, he hacked into it, and it's all going haywire, and then it's spotted on the United States government scanners. and they send like 2 F-16s or whatever the fucking planes are called after it. The Predator's like, god damn it, I gotta deal with this right now. That's what I have to deal with. Eventually, we cut back, and Olivia Munn has been analyzing the Predator DNA, and she's like, oh my God, Sterling K. Brown, you won't believe this. He's like, what is it, Olivia Munn? And he's like, it has human DNA. The Predator has human DNA. And then she makes a big old guess, and she says, I think the reason why they come to our planet, to hunt us and stuff, but also they want to get the best DNA from the best specimen, so they then take it back to the Predator homeworld, and they inject the sweet essence into other predators, making super predators or apex predators. And Sterling K. Brown's like, that is definitely it. And so that's what they're doing, Chad. The Predators are going to Earth, getting the spinal fluid or something, because they get the spines, and then they take it back to Predator World, where they then mix it with a whole bunch of other alien DNA, and then inject it into the butts of the predators, which makes them like better predators, I guess. I get that's the plot of the movie. That's what it's going on. And they're like, well, why did this predator come here? What was the deal? Was he looking for something? But then, chat. He starts to wake up. Because also they get word that the Big Daddy Predator ship is a coming, and it's been spotted. And they're like, oh, we'll keep our men on it. And apparently the little baby Predator heard this, and he wakes up. And probably get the best action scene in the movie, where he just starts ripping people apart. Where he's like, why didn't you secure him more, okay? And you just see his big old predator dick flopping between them thighs. He's grabbing people. He's like bites one guy's face, or like one lady's face off. Throws her around, uses one lady as a human shield as they try to shoot him and stuff. And everyone fucking takes off running. Sterling K. Brown is like, again, he's like, I'm a coward. He's the first one that leaves, and he gets out of there with his best white friend, his best white friend. But he leaves, and for whatever reason, he's like, shut down the entire facility, make sure no one leaves. If anyone tries to, shoot them. Or he's like, oh no, anyone who's in this room, kill them. He's like, why do you want to kill everybody? It doesn't make any sense. He's adamant, like, just kill them. Just kill them all. So as the Predator is just ripping everybody apart, Olivia Munn's like, I need to use the one thing that will prevent me from dying, and it's my boobs. And so what she figures out, that if I just become naked and show off the bazungas, Predators be like, I can't kill you, they're too perfect. And so there's a scene when she literally strips off all of her clothes, chat, and then hides in like the room, where the decontamination room. Predator cocking it, just, walking around and stuff, uses some guy's hand to open up a door, rips it off, but that sees Olivia Munn's like, I can't do it. And he just leaves. So Olivia Munn's bazungas, chat, saved her from a very deadly situation. We get to see a really cool scene here where the Predator, like, he doesn't have any of his weapons. He's mad. He's like, where the fuck are my weapons? He does get, like, most of them back, but the mask is missing, and the other wrist gauntlet is missing. And Sterling K. Brown's like, oh, yeah, the Boyd Holbrook. Oh, that's the thing he mentions. This is what causes this one scene to happen. Because eventually the prison bus takes off and stuff, and they're driving or whatever. But Olivia Munn says, so what happened to the rest of the stuff? And Sterling K. Brown's like, we believe this American operative, this soldier that works for us, sent this stuff, like, is hiding it somewhere. And Olivia Munn apparently knows that Sterling K. Brown's a cold motherfucker, because he's like, hey, can I talk to him before you kill him? And he goes, but I really want to kill him, though. She's like, I know you do, but can I talk to him? He's like, fine. And so he gets on the prison bus. He's like, can you bring what's his name back to the X-Men 2 evil dam base that Stryker used to occupy? And they're going like, well, it's against protocol, but okay. And so they drive back, and that's when the Predator goes fucking nuts. Predator does something cool, though, where the Predator's using, like, an assault rifle, but it's so small, it's like, the Predator just goes, like, it pulls down the trigger and just does these, like, weird, like, waving motions, and it has insane fucking accuracy, chat, just, and it's like, and eventually it sees all the old Predator tech, and it's like, all right, not as good as my new stuff, but I'll use it. And he busts into the thing, takes the spear, takes some other shit too, I think, puts on one of the Predator masks, because he wants to know where his shit is. And he realizes that Jacob Tremblay has his shit, and he's able to figure out the location by reading things that are in the environment, and he finds the address, which apparently is right down the street. And it's like, okay, apparently the X2 base and where you know Jacob Tremblay lives is like in the same neighborhood. It's like fantastic. And he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go over there, but I gotta get out of here first. Eventually, Olivia Munn, she gets all cleaned up. She takes the Predator vial with the, that's blood and stuff, and she's running out of there, and she grabs a gun. She's like, I'll need me an alien. I got to shoot the Predator to study it more. And so she's running after it. And then we see, don't worry, Chad, if you thought Jake Busey died, he didn't. His tummy's just falling out of him. He's like, you got to stop the Predator. You got to stop. And then he's not in the movie anymore. I don't know if he dies or not. I imagine, because Sterling K. Brown, he's like, I want anyone who I meet for like 10 minutes or more to die in the movie. So I assume he might have died off screen, but again, we do see him. He's alive. He might still be alive now. I don't know. But then she takes off running, chasing after the Predator. Eventually, Sterling K. Brown, he's leaving the base, and his white best friend asks him, is like, hey, so what are we going to do now? I mean, we were getting reports that the Predators escaped. Olivia Munn is in hot pursuit. What do you want to do about it? And he's like, capture the Predator, but kill Olivia Munn. And he's like, why are we killing Olivia Munn? And we don't know why he wants to kill Olivia Munn. There's no explanation. Just kill her. Kill her. I don't know. It's like, okay. Eventually the prison bus gets back there, and we see the prisoners are looking outside because they hear those, hear the screaming and shit. And we see that they see the Predator just on top of the roof, just throwing people off of it, and they're fucking dying and everything. And everyone's like, that's a motherfucking space alien, man. That's one ugly motherfucker. And it's like, wow, you were right, Boyd Holbrook. We apologize for laughing at you. Let us help you. Because does he figure out at this point where they... No, not yet. But he's like, we got to get out of here so this thing doesn't kill us. And so then we get the fucking Keegan-Michael Key does a yo mama joke, but to Thomas Jane, but it's all ruse, chat. And this freaks, Thomas Jane pretends to freak out. He's choking Keegan-Michael Key, and the guards come in, and they disarm the guards, and they take their guns, and they throw them out the back of the fucking bus as they're, and then the decision is made. Boyd Holbrook's like, hey guys, I know we're escaping, but I really want to kill the Predator. You want to help me kill it? And they're like, sure, why not? Even though there's no rhyme or reason for us to kill this thing. We're literally on the lam at this point. We're outlaws, but yeah, we'll help you kill this fucking space alien, sure. And so they're chasing after this thing along with Olivia Munn, who is fucking moving fast. She's got some pep in her step, chat, chasing after this thing. And she's got this big old, I guess, I don't know what it is, but it's like it's not like a lethal gun. It's like a stun gun, which if it's a stun gun, it ain't going to stun that motherfucker. I tell you what, but maybe it would. I don't know. But she's chasing after this thing along like this catwalk or something. And the Predator's just grabbing people and like eating them and throwing them away and whatever, doing its shit. While Boyd Holbrook and his boys, they're shooting at it. And at one point, because they're like, is that a lady chasing after a Predator? And right when the Predator jumps down, and it's in front of the bus, and it's running, Olivia Munn, she jumps on top of the bus. They're like, holy shit, this broad, she's got something. She's got gumption. I like this broad. This lady, she's got balls. And she's on the bus. She's like, all right, I'm gonna fucking shoot him real good. And boom, and then she shoots herself in the fucking foot, making herself, now we get derpy Olivia Munn. And I will say, Chad, derpy Olivia Munn is pretty cute. And she's like, I got it's not great. But eventually, Boyd Holbrook, he gets outside of the bus. He's holding on to, like, the door, and he has a shotgun. He's shooting at the Predator's Tookus, and the Predator's like, okay, stop shooting at me, and it fires off the discs that hit the bus, and the tires get shot out, and then everyone gets off the bus, and they're like, oh, shit, where are we gonna go? And Trevante, he sees a garage nearby with some bikes, with some Harley Davidsons, and he's like, hey, guys, get to the choppers. Get it? Because in the first movie, get to the chopper, and it's choppers now, but it's bikes. And so they get to the choppers. They get to the choppers. And Olivia Munn's like, she's a little derpy now, Chad, but she's so cute when she's derpy. And she hides under the bus. She's like, I'm hiding now. I'm going to hide from the Predator. And all these soldier guys, like the Predator just walks up to her. He's like, what are you doing? And all these soldier guys show up. and they start shooting at the Predator, and he's fucking killing them all. And then the one soldier guy says, so what we should, he contacts Sterling K. Brown, and he's like, sir, okay, we're engaging the Predator, but it's not going well. I could evac with Olivia Munn. What are we gonna do? And he's like, kill her, just kill her or whatever. He's like, why? And he's like, I don't know, I'm the bad guy. He's like, okay. And so the Predator takes off at this point, and this soldier is like, I'm sorry, Olivia Munn, you're beautiful, but I guess she's like, no, don't shoot me, I'm so cute. And he's like, you are. But then goddamn Boyd Holbrook and his best new friends, they arrive on the chopper shed, and they run the guy over. They literally hit him with a bike, and he falls back. And then Olivia Munn's like, I want to ride. And so she goes on the chopper. She like hugs Boyd Holbrook, and yeah. And she's like, bah, 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 as they drive away. Killer, why? Reasons, which we are not privy to throughout the entirety of the movie, chat. Oh boy, but that's what happens. Where are we now? Yes, Boyd wants to kill him. Pritchard appears, bus chase. Yep, get the choppers, plane battle. Oh yeah, so then we cut back to the big Predator ship, the big daddy Predator ship. And the big daddy Predator's like, I'm done with all this. I'm fucking done. And he activates his weapons, and it takes out the F-16s, but the guys eject just in time. So it's like G.I. Joe. They literally do a cobra where they got parachutes and shit, but it takes out the planes. The Predator's like, good, now I can start doing my thing. We then cut back to the little baby Predator, and it gets on the back of a bus, and it slaughters all these soldiers, and in actually pretty graphic fashion. Like, there is practical effects in this movie, and this is one of the scenes that actually is quite good. There's an initial scene early on when it breaks out of the facility, which is actually liked, and then there's this scene right here, which I think is pretty good. And then after this, and it's mostly, once the big daddy Predator comes in, it's all CGI bullshit, and I don't like it. But for now, the little baby Predator, he's doing practical, which I'm like, I like the little baby Predator. He slaughters all these guys, and you have the typical thing, the driver's like, hey, settle down back there. What are you guys getting up to? Getting a little rambunctious, playing reach around? Is everything okay? And the Predator just grabs a guy's arm, and he sticks it through like the little window slot. And somehow the Predator, I guess they studied us, chat, he managed to put the arm, the hand into a thumbs up. And he then pulls the guy, goes, all right, you assholes. And the Predator just sits back and's like, all right, easy sailing, smooth sailing from here. And he just drives away. I assume he killed that guy as well. At this point, we then cut to, thankfully, chat, that they stole the choppers. There happened to be at a motel very close by. There is a special party going on for choppers, for people that drive Harley Davidsons and motorbikes. And it's like, that's the perfect place to hide out. Let's hide out there. They'll never know we were here. And so they all hide out there, and everyone starts like talking and everything. Like some of the guys are hanging out like at the little the room. They put Olivia Munn in the bed, and she's all sleeping, she's snoring and stuff, like, sleepy. And they're like watching her, but they're all being fucking weird about it. And it's like, can you not be weird for a second? Can you not watch her in such a weird way? I would not leave her alone with them, chat. That's what I would do. But then Boyd Holbrook's like, I'm going to have an emotional conversation with my new best black friend, Trevante. And he goes down, whose name is like, I don't know, Tennessee or some bullshit. Or what's his name? Nebraska. His name's Nebraska. But he goes down there, and good old Devante, Trevante. I keep calling him Devante. Trevante Rhodes. He goes down there and talks to him, and he's like, hey, Trevante, how you doing? He's like, you know me, man. He's always smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. That's his thing. And he's like, hey, I just got to make sure you guys are in for this. I mean, it's crazy fucking shit. So when she wakes up, are you going to be okay? And he's like, I'll be okay, man. You know me. I'll be great. And he's like, hey, I never asked you. Did that commanding officer that you shot, did he survive? He goes, yeah, man, he did. And he's been wearing like a wool knit cap this entire time. He takes it off, and there's this big fucking gun mark on his face, or on his side of his head. And he's like, the thing is, though, I missed. He tried to kill himself. Jokes about suicide. And he's like, you tried to kill yourself and you missed? I mean, Jesus, like, listen, man, I was nervous at the time. He's like, is your head in the game, though, man? We're dealing with space aliens now. This could be the end of days. And he's like, hey, that's good for me, man. That's good for me. I'm going to die no matter what. And so they get up, And eventually they go to back to the hotel room where all the guys are like giving Olivia Munn, like they're all crowding her, and they're all like putting like little things near her. Like the Miguel, he makes a unicorn out of tinfoil and puts it right next to her. Someone like Keegan-Michael Key prepares like a cappuccino for her and puts it down there, like an espresso or something. And then one has like a little snow. I was like, why are you doing this? Like, okay, I get it. Like they all have PTSD and everything. But why are you making them where they're just like, they're quirky. They're just mumbling psychopaths at this point. Just chittering to themselves in the corner. And for whatever, like, lady, ooh. But eventually she starts waking up. And they're like, oh, and they all go on the other side of the room. And she wakes up. She's like, what is this shit around me? And like, we just thought it would make you feel more at home. And, they're like talking. Boyd Holbrook's like, listen, lady, I know, I'm sure you're feeling a little weird right now. Space aliens and such. But what the hell is going on here? And she immediately goes to the shotgun that's like nearby. And she like puts it right on Boyd Holbrook. And everyone's like, I told you she grabbed the gun. I told you she tried to do that. I told you, $10. And then like, Boyd Holbrook's like, lady, it's okay. For whatever reason, Sterling K. Brown's trying to kill you. Makes no sense to me. But give me the gun. We ain't gonna hurt you. And then she just fires the gun, but there's no bullets in it. And they go, oh, shit, she killed you, man. She killed you. She was gonna kill you. She was gonna kill you. And all that. And he's like, stop it. And then she's like about to take off the door, but I'm sure you want this predator blood right now, don't you? And she's like, I really want that predator blood. And he's like, hey, listen, let's work together. Tell me what's actually going on here right now. And we can move forward. We can move forward as adults. And as soon as he says that line, we then cut to Thomas Jane, who then starts going, pussy, fuck her, pussy, fuck. And she's like, excuse me? And he's like, I just said that, that maybe you should go. Wish you the best of luck. Wish you the best. No, you said pussy fuck. I said, wish you the best of luck. And he's like, and guys are like, no, I think you said fuck her and her pussy fuck. And it's just this. It's just this for like another minute and a half. And she's like, I was like, why? Why? And again, I'm not a prude, but it's not funny. It's not funny. And she's like, all right, keep Thomas Jane away from me. He's like, I'm sorry, I just want to fuck your pussy really bad. Pussy. And it's like, oh, God. And then we do exposition and where she explains the predator and the hybridization and how the predators, apparently the real reason why they come to the planet is not only to hunt us, but also to get the best specimens so then they can improve themselves on the predator world. And she thinks that this predator came here for a very specific reason. He seemed to be being chased based on the evidence she got from Sterling K. Brown. She doesn't understand why yet. And they're like, okay. Where do you think is going to go next? Well, according to, is this the part where she's like, I think at this point she informs them that Predator technology went online or whatever, and it's going to, that's the thing, it's going to track down the rest of its equipment. And he's like, oh shit, well, I've mailed that to my house. And she's like, why would you do that? And he goes, I don't know. And she's like, well, we got to get to your house. And he's like, shit, guys, we got to get to my house so my wife and child aren't killed because of my stupidity. And they're like, okay. And so eventually we cut to Jacob Tremblay. And he's going, it's Halloween, by the way. This actually does not take place at Christmas. Holy fucking shit, does not take place at Christmas, chat. And it's actually in Halloween, which I'm like, wow, Shane Black, are you okay? He must have been at a dark place in his life, chat, for having a movie take place during fucking Christmas. But Jacob Tremblay has managed to tape the giant fucking predator mask to his head. His fucking head's wobbling and shit. And he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Poor little Jacob Tremblay, chat. And he goes trick-or-treating and going to houses and stuff. But then the two bully kids from earlier, they see him and they go, hey, Asperger's, I want a thick Asperger. And he's like, leave me alone, I want to trick or treat. He's like, no, we want your candy Asperger's. And then the kid goes to a house where he rings the doorbell. He's like, trick or treat. And he goes, and they start laughing at him and he starts walking. And he's like, leave me alone. And then this guy in the top of the second story of the house, I guess it's like a stoner house. Don't go to the druggy house, chat. He literally like takes like a baseball And he goes, here's your treat, kid. And he throws it at the back of Jacob Tremblay's head and hits him with a fucking baseball. Why are we hitting kids? Why is this adult man throwing a baseball at the back of Jake? And he hits him, and he falls over, and the helmet's like, you better not just hit a fucking autistic kid with a baseball, fuck you. And the helmet has like a little plasma caster inside, and it goes whoop, and it fires behind him. Hits the guy, explodes the guy everywhere, and it blows up the top of his house. And then, you know, the two boys are like, Asperger's killed somebody, whoa! And they run away, And then little Jacob Tremblay's going, yes, murder, and he runs away too. Eventually, what is it? Oh yeah, so the Big Daddy Predator, he's like, oh, all right, they be shooting. All right, I'm going to go and send my dogs after him. And he has these lizard dogs that do not look good. They look really, really awkward. And he sends them out, track down the kid. And they're like, cool. While I look for the little predator. And they're like, cool. Eventually, we cut to the... Oh, that's at that point. Before the explosion, because that's what that's going, because they're searching the area and shit. And before the explosion happens, what's his name? Fucking Boyd Holbrook, he goes to Miranda Lawson, and she's like, you're not welcome here. You're a bad dad and a bad husband. And he's like, yes, my money bought your home. Thank you. Where is our son? Where is he? I mailed him deadly alien equipment from another fucking planet. And she's like, why would you do that? He's like, well, I mailed it to my P.O. box, but I guess the post office, they closed my P.O. box. I hadn't been paying it. I didn't think that they would send it to the house. I don't know. And then we get a shit ton of scenes with the loonies where they're doing weird shit. Again, Theon Greyjoy, Alfie Allen, he eats pickles. That's what he does. He takes a jar of pickles and he eats the fuck out of those pickles, chat. All that, the entire time, that's his thing. Keegan-Michael Key, he's looking at, apparently, Miranda Lawson, she paints for a living. I don't know her hobby. I don't fucking know. But he likes the big boob pictures. Thomas Jane, he has a thing for the pictures of the big cocks. Trevante, he's just like, oh my God, not only do I have a new white best friend, he has a son, but he also has a beautiful white wife. I have to die by the end of this film. That's just, I have to do it now. I have to do it. And he's like, listen, our son's in danger. And Miguel is oh yeah, Miguel has this infatuation with Olivia Munn now. And he's always like flirting with her. Like he's in the car. I think, yeah, no, not yet. He's not in the car yet, but he's always flirting with her. And she's like, just don't touch me. But it's like, occasionally it's charming between the two of them. Most of the time it's not. But he's like, oh shit, well, I gotta go get my son. The wife, she goes and she gets, I'm gonna go too. And she has like all these guns. The guys are like, whoa, the broad can use a gun. Who would have thought? It's like, all right, vague, not even vague sexism, obvious sexism. And he's like, no, you're a lady, and ladies cannot be in cool action scenes with us, okay? Unless you're Olivia Munn. Unless you're Olivia Munn, you cannot be in cool action scenes. He's like, but I'm not Olivia Munn, then you can't be in a cool action scene with us. And he's like, I'm gonna go save my son who's with me. And all of a sudden, the loonies are like, no, we don't want to go with you. And he's like, guys, come on. He's like, listen, we're on the lam. We're outlaws now. And we don't want to, like, obviously chasing a motherfucking space alien would give us some unnecessary attention. So sorry, we're not going to help you. But then Trevante, he steps up and he goes, guys, I'm a black man and I want to help my white friend and save his son and maybe even sacrifice myself at one point in the movie to do so. So I'm going to join him. And they're like, oh, God damn it. And he's like, if you're not, then you guys are a bunch of pussies. Pussy. And he leaves with Boyd Holbrook. And then everyone leaves. And, oh, yeah, at one point, because Boyd Holbrook leaves, he's gone. And then the wife, like, she does this speech about why Boyd Holbrook, he's like, yeah, he's a shitty husband. I hate him. And he's kind of an okay dad, but he's really good. He's a good soldier, but he's kind of a shitty person. And it's like, okay. And the guys are like, wow, it's a really terrible speech, but that guy called us a pussy and we don't like that. So we're going to go and help him, not because of your speech, but because we were called pussies. All right, bye. And so then they go in the truck and that's when the fucking explosion happens and they're tracking down Jacob Tremblay. We then cut to Jacob Tremblay. And he is it's at a park or something. It's like at a baseball diamond at a park. And he's crying and shit. And he takes off the Predator mask at one point, I want to say. And then all of a sudden, this regular dog comes up to him. Now, was this dog supposed to be more important to the movie? Because there's a shot later on where it indicates it was supposed to be, and I'm very confused by it. But it's this big fucking huge pit bull comes up to him and is, oh, but he's like a sweetie, he's a baby, and he's like Dougie, and he's touching and petting him and everything. But then, the lizard dogs show up. And they're not as nice as the pit bull, chat. And they're like, they want to eat. They definitely want to eat Jacob Tremblay and maybe the pit bull. And they're about to attack Chad. And the pit bull's like, don't hurt my Jacob Tremblay. I will die for him, even though I literally just met him right now. And maybe I was supposed to be an important part of this movie, but no, I'm not. But before he's attacked, Chad, don't worry. The loonies arrive on the scene. They have arrived, Chad. Don't you worry. And they battled the lizard dogs, and the CGI here is really fucking bad. It does not look. It's like before. It's like, okay, some CGI look pretty good. And then all of a sudden, like there's a dip in quality in the CGI, and it feels like this scene was shot like this was pickups or something. It's like, all right, we need to go back. We need to do this because for whatever reason, it does not look as good. And it's just like, what's up with this? But they battle the CGI lizard dogs, and they blow one. I think Olivia Munn, I forget. It doesn't matter. One of the loonies or Olivia Munn, they have a grenade launcher and they make the one lizard dog eat the grenade. It explodes. And then Trevante shoots the one lizard dog in the head. Like it's down and it tries to get up and he shoots it in the head and it's still alive and it starts walking around and they don't like shoot it again. And it's like, and they get back in the bus, cause this is where the fucking, not yet, but they all get back in they're in like, they still like a Winnebago or something, and they all get back to this Winnebago and they drive because, oh shit, we're being chased. Oh, that's the thing, yeah, cause they're getting out of the park while the other derpy driver, or the derpy lizard dog kind of like stumbles off or whatever after it got shot in the head. Like, are you gonna finish that off? Not the pit bull. No, the pit bull, we'll talk about the pit bull, because I'm like, the pit bull comes back, but it's weird. It's like, is there a missing sequence here? But yes, eventually the bus shows up. The bus shows up with Miguel in there, and he goes, hey guys, I'm here to pick you all up. But the little baby predator shows up, and he's on top of the bus, and he pulls out Miguel, and he's like, I'm gonna kill your vaguely Mexican, Hispanic, Latino friend, okay? Unless you give me the boop, because they have the booper, by the way. The kid has had the booper, and he's like, I want that booper, or I'll kill him, and I'll kill all of you. And they're like, all right, man, we'll drop it. We'll drop it right now, but make sure not to kill our ethnically mysterious friend, Miguel. And so they're lowering their weapons. Predator's like, I'm still going to kill Miguel. And they're all like, we know you're going to kill our friend. And they shoot at the Predator, and he drops Miguel, and Miguel's like, whoa, and he fucking freaks out. And at this point, all the loonies, they take positions while Boyd Holbrook, Olivia Munn, and Jacob Tremblay, they're near a school, and they go inside of a school chat, and they're running away and stuff. Eventually, they're running down the hall, and there's exposition about fucking predators and what they do or whatever. But then at one point, we see that they're on like this one floor of the school, and they see like a shadow coming towards them. It's like right outside. It's like, the predator's chasing after us. We got to keep moving. Let's go. And so they keep fucking moving. But then all the goddamn sudden, a predator jumps out from nowhere. It's like, but that predator was coming from the other direction. But it jumps out and it grabs Boyd Holbrook and throws him against the wall. And he's like, I want the booper. And he's like, I'm going to kill you, Boyd Holbrook. But he's like, I got the booper. Here you go. And the predator's like, give me the booper. Give me that. Yeah, the booper. And he puts it in there. And he's like, can you please drop me, please? But he's like, no, he does not. Because all of a sudden, they see a big, massive shadow above both of them. They're like, what the fuck is that? And this big fucking predator hand comes through the window, chat, and grabs the little baby predator and throws him down. And everyone's out. The loonies are like watching this on the outside and go like, holy fucking shit, what the hell's going on? And we see this giant, uber, massive apex predator, chat. Like, it's got, like, you know, it doesn't appear to have like a helmet on or like armor or anything. It's actually, it comes out of its skin because the guys, like, they shoot at it a couple times, and this armor like forms on its nipples. It's got like nipple boob armor. It's like, nope, that won't hurt. And then it just starts kicking the shit out of the little baby predator. And they translate because they're talking to each other, and the predator language, but then it's translated. And like the big predator's like, you will pay for betraying our kind, little one. And he kicks its ass. He kicks the little predator's ass shit. He rips off. Like they're like, okay, we're just going to leave now. We're going to get in the bus. We're going to take off. And the big predator rips off the little predator's mask and then punches it. Boom, one punch to the face. The little baby predator's face just caves in. And then he rips his head off like you see in the trailer. That's what this is referencing, that scene in the movie where he rips his head off, chat. And then the big predator, this is weird to me because the big predator is obviously after the booper too, but it just, the big predator just watches them leave. Like it can easily catch up to them. It's like, all right, well, I'm just going to track down the booper. Oh, they have it. All right, well, I guess I'll just take my time. And it just fucking strolls away as the cops show up. And it's like, it's very fucking confusing. And I'm like, there's no consistency here. It's like, shouldn't, I mean, that's what you're there for. You're trying to find the booper. You're asking, where is it? They have it. It's like, whatever. And then Sterling K. Brown comes in with his best white friend. And they look at the bodies of the dead predator at this point. And and this is what Sterling K. Brown, he figures it all out here. He's like, I know what's happening, best white friend. He's like, what's happening, Sterling K. Brown? And he's like, this is it. The little predator, the baby predator, that is a fugitive from the predator home planet because it has something, and the big predator is a tracker who goes after little predators. And he goes, really? He goes, yeah, that's what's going on. And so he's like, do you want to see the lizard dog? He's like, nope, we need to continue on. So, but he figured it all out, Chad. He understands it. Okay. Where are we now? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there's another shot. I forgot you. While they're boarding the bus, the loony bus, so there's the shot of the pit bull, like, running at them, like, running towards Jacob Tremblay, and Jacob Tremblay's like, no, doggy. And then we never see the dog again. It's like it's running towards them. It's like, oh, it's going to be part of the group now. It's going to board the bus. And it's like, yeah, the last member of the team. And then no. And so I imagine that that dog was in a lot of other parts of the movie, but then it was removed. And maybe they CGI'd over the dog because they do get a dog, but not the dog you expect. But it's very fucking weird that dog shows up for that one scene. And then it's implied later on. Like, I'm not talking the lizard dog. I'm talking the regular dog, like the pit bull. And it's just gone. I'm like, all right, whatever. It doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. I was like, I feel like that, again, was another editing thing where we got to cut out this part of the dog because we have a lizard dog now. Okay. And they're driving away, and we still see the lizard dog just like, eventually they go to where are we now? Oh, yeah, they go to a farmhouse. And they're waiting for Sterling K. Brown, I think, at this point. They're going to make a trade. It's like, hey, Sterling K. Brown, like, don't kill us or whatever, and we'll give you what you want. And Sterling K. Brown's like, I will totally not kill you, and if you just give me what I want. And they're like, oh, great, I appreciate your honesty. No problem. And so they're waiting at the farmhouse for Sterling K. Brown, and we get more backstory. This is the part of the movie where Thomas Jane is trying to calm down Keegan-Michael Key. Like, he's, like, crying profusely. And we find out from Trevante that apparently Keegan-Michael Key, like, we learned that he shot friendly fire incident where he killed men on his own side in this Humvee. 6 out of 7 of them died. The surviving person in that Humvee was Thomas Jane. And they didn't know about that for like months, and they were going to like see a psychiatrist. They'd be in the room. They would be in the same waiting room all the time to go to their psychiatrist. This Tevante's explaining this to Boyd Holbrook. And they became really good friends, and they didn't find out until much later that that's what happened. That was the situation. And it's like that, wow, that's really interesting. And a big, but at that point, you don't give a shit because you don't like Thomas Jane or Keegan-Michael Key because all they've been doing is fucking joking. And so now you're bringing in this dramatic element, but it's like, it falls flat. Like a lot of the humor and the big dramatic points in this movie. So it's like, okay, if you say so. And then Miguel, he finds out, Miguel's like, hey guys. And he's like, what's going on? And he's like, the lizard dog from earlier has been following us. And the lizard dog is now really happy and he's really derpy. And so they assume that when Trevante shot the dog in the face, that he lobotomized him and made him friendly. And he just follows them all around. He's like a regular dog now. He's like chewing on bones and wants to play fetch, and that's all he does. And like literally Olivia Munn, because that's the thing. Shirley K. Brown's like arrived. There's other fucking scenes of the characters talking to each other, I want to say. Where are we now? Oh yeah, and yeah, Shirley K. Brown's, he has a helicopter. He's gonna land soon. And Olivia Munn's like, oh no, we gotta make sure he doesn't see the dog. And so she takes a grenade and she like, you know, doesn't like take the pin out, but she like, hey, fetch. And she throws, and the dog's like, I know what fetch is, even though I'm a lizard space dog. And it chases after the grenade, chat. Meanwhile, Sterling K. Brown, he lands and he goes, hey, everyone, figured some stuff out somehow. I learned that little Jacob Tremblay, he is autistic, and as we all know, in this world, autism equals superpowers, and he's able to figure out, oh, that's not it. I think this is what happens. So he's like, remember when I said that I wasn't going to betray any of you once I get all the technology? And they go, yeah, I'm going to do that anyway. And so he takes all the technology that he wants, and then he's like setting up everyone to be either tortured or executed. That's what happens while one of the soldiers looks after Jacob Tremblay. And Jacob Tremblay is drawing this map, like this articulate map. And the soldier's like, what you drawing there, buddy? And he goes, a map. And it's like what he saw in the Predator helmet. And it's the location of the little baby Predator ship. And it's like, well, that's what we want. We want the Predator baby ship. And that's when Sterling K. Brown is like, actually before he goes and talks to Jacob Tremblay, he's then talking to Olivia Munn, because she's like, why do you want to do this? And he goes, there's a reason why this is all happening. Global warming, Olivia Munn. It's like, are we getting an environmental message in this movie all of a sudden? What are you talking about? It's like, as you know, Olivia Munn, the planet's ecosystem and atmosphere is changing, and global warming will destroy us all. And that is why I believe it's necessary for humans to abandon this planet and to travel across the stars to find a new world. But in order to do that, we need Predator technology. And I believe the Predators are coming to our world because they know that we're fucking it up, and they're taking the best of us to then modify themselves. But then also they might be liking the fact that we're fucking up our planet because their planet might be hot, and so they want to live on a hot planet. It's like he's just pulling shit out of his ass. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, okay, global warming. Maybe they want the planet to be fucked up. Hybridization, human predator hybrids. That one little predator who died, even though he was killing a shit ton of people, wanted to help us. Because this is when he drops like, oh yeah, that little predator was definitely trying to help us. What are you talking about? Okay, all right. And he's like, and you must die. You must die. You have learned too much of my evil plan to get Predator technology for space travel, so I'm going to kill you now, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait a really long time to do it. And she's like, okay. He then is informed by the other soldier that Jacob Tremblay has autism. He's like, well, fuck, he has autism, so therefore he is the most important character in the movie, and he has a superpower. And he goes, hey, Jacob Tremblay, so you drew a map, buddy? He goes, mm-hmm. He goes, fantastic. I'm going to kill your dad and then use you for my evil schemes. Does that sound good? He goes, no. He's like, too bad it's happening. And he kidnaps, just to capitalize on how evil Sterling K. Brown is in this movie. He kidnaps this kid and I'm definitely going to kill you later on once I get what I want because I'm evil. Before he's moving, like when he's like moving to the helicopter, and everyone's asking, it's like, what do you want to do with the other guys? What should we do with them? And Shirley K. Brown, he looks at the kid, and he goes, kill him slow. And then he walks away. Little Jacob Tremblay, and he's just chewing gum the whole time. Pops in another piece of gum after he says that line. He goes to the helicopter. Eventually, Boyd Holbrook, he kills the two guys who are about to kill him. And then Trevante comes in there to save his ass, and they team up. But Olivia Munn, she's on the far side of the complex. And this guy comes up, and he's like, listen, Olivia Munn, you're like really pretty, but I gotta kill you. Sterling K. Brown says. She's like, no, I'm pretty and stuff. And he's like, I'm sorry, I gotta do it. And then the lizard dog, like comes up the stairs and just comes up there, and he's like, the CGI is really bad. And he goes, and he vomits up the grenade, and Olivia Munn, her fight or flight instincts just take off, and she I guess she's like she's on the wooden chair. Oh no, that's right. She's connected to. It's weird. So it's it's a wooden chair. Like, this is the thing that's dumb. She's in a wooden chair that she can obviously just fucking pick up and walk around with, even though she's like, has the handcuff to it. But that's when she decides to stand up and then use the chair to hit the guy, grab the grenade, unpins it. She puts it in the guy's backpack, and he's like, oh, no. And he blows up, and the dog takes off. He's like, orf, orf, orf. And she's, like, holding on because she tried to jump off she's on the second floor of this barn or whatever. She jumps off, but the chair gets stuck. Then by the way, the explosion happens, and that would have fucking ripped her arm right off, Chad. She would have not had it. She would have had a stump. But she falls down. And then the lizard dog is, like, looking at her, and it's like, I love you. And she's like, oh. And then they go out, and they're rescued by Boyd Holbrook and Trevante. At one point, apparently, the loonies, they commandeered a helicopter. They stole it from a weather channel. It's like, hi, that's what we were doing while this was all happening. Let's go get your son. But before we do that, we then cut to the house of Miranda Lawson, where Sterling K. Brown's boys are, chat. And they're watching her in case she does anything nefarious. But they're like, where? Because they're asking, where's the other Predator? I guess is it some more Predator technology there? I guess they left like a wrist gauntlet or something. Yeah, that's right. The wrist gauntlet's still down there. And so they go down there, but oh shit, the Predator, like the apex alpha Predator shows up. And he starts killing like a bunch of fucking people. He starts ripping out assholes. Like, he goes to town, this one guy, shoots this one guy, everything comes out of his butt. It looks bad. Miranda Lawson lives. She lives, but we don't see her for the rest. She's just gone. She's just not in the movie at this point. So either she died, or I don't know if she died or not. I don't know. I have no idea. She might be dead. But we don't see her. But the Predator's like, I just don't really care. And it's like, all right, I know where they're going now. He hacks the system because he's like, oh, I see Jacob Tremblay hacked our communications, and they're going to the little baby Predator ship. So I'm going to go over there now. Okay. Eventually, we then cut to Sterling K. Brown, who has Jacob Tremblay in hand. They arrive at the location of the Whittle Baby Predator ship. And he's like, okay, Jacob, we're going to go. You're going to hack into the ship for me because you're a child. And as you all know, children know how to hack things. And you can read an alien language with your super autism and get me in there. And he goes, my daddy's going to kill you. He's like, not if I kill you and him first. And so then they go and they go up to the fucking Predator ship. And Jacob Tremblay hacks in. Oh, by the way, Boyd Holbrook and all his boys, they show up with the lizard dog and everything. And they're monitoring the situation, that they're getting set up for the attack. They're going to bamboozle Sterling K. Brown, his best white friend. They're monitoring the situation. And eventually, Jacob Tremblay, he hacks in the Predator ship, as you do. And Sterling K. Brown's like, look at this. This is the future of humanity. Download everything. How are you downloading the information from the Predator ship? Did you somehow retroactively recreate? I guess they did, where now it can interact. Like, what? Are you using like a fucking USB drive? And you're like, oh, just put the USB in and we'll just hack it. I don't think that's compatible. I don't think a USB drive is going to the Predator technology, but okay. All right, if you say so. Hey, listen, Sterling K. Brown told you to do it, and if you do not, he will shoot you in the face. That's what he does in this movie. I'll kill you if you do it, and even once you've done it, he'll probably kill you anyway. Oh yeah, so at this point, they figure it's like, we think the loonies are here of Boyd Holbrook, and he goes, ha ha ha, yes, making themselves known. Your daddy is, and he actually goes down to Jacob Tremblay, and he goes, my men have spotted your dad, and your daddy is the dumbest motherfucker in the world, unless they wanted us to spot them, and this is actually a trap, oh no! And he turns around, and Boyd Holbrook, oh, I forgot the scene because it was so stupid. Chat. So, before they go and rescue Jacob Tremblay, you might recall that Boyd Holbrook swallowed a Predator ball, a piece of technology, and just go whoop for whatever reason. Well, before they're about to leave, he gets the bubbly guts, chat, and he shits out said Predator ball, which makes you go invisible. That's what it is. And he then uses the shit ball to make himself go invisible to then bamboozle Sterling K. Brown. Oh no! And he knocks him out. That's what happens. Yes, I forgot about that detail. I forgot about that because it's so fucking dumb. What happens next? Oh yeah, so Sterling K. Brown gets knocked out, and he's like, and then we have Sterling K. Brown's white best friend, and because we see that, fucking what's his name? Boyd Holbrook has one of those, like, I forget what it is, like those rifles, but it just fires like it's a dart gun. It's a dart gun basically, and it puts like some fucking thing into you, and you're out. You're down for the count. And he's like, you can't kill me with a dart gun. He's like, if I shoot you in your eye, I can. And he shoots him in the eyeball, and he kills him. And it's like, Jesus, that was kind of fucked up. So he dies, and Sterling K. Brown's like, no, the only person I cared about, my white best friend. My white best friend. So he's very sad. And they all run out because then a firefight is just like, they all go outside because Sterling K. Brown, that's right, because Boyd Holbrook, he has Sterling K. Brown in a headlock, he has a gun pointing at his head. Jacob Tremblay's behind him. They all go out. Sterling K. Brown's guys got their fucking rifles pointed at Boyd Holbrook. And Sterling K. Brown is like, he's like, Boyd Holbrook's like, let's tell me your men to drop your weapons and to let us go. And Sterling K. Brown's like, never. And he's like, boys, I want you to shoot the kid's legs. I want you to shoot his whittle legs so he can't run away. And then after you shoot his whittle legs, I want you to shoot Boyd Holbrook. I want them to die. It's like, okay, all right, we get it, you're evil. But then, as we're all observing this, we then cut to little Alfie Allen, who has been watching with this. He's a sniper, I guess, and he's been has a sniper rifle pointing. He's been like, this is some weird, fucked up shit. But then we see the giant apex predator materialize behind him and cut his fucking arm off, and he's like, oh! Like blasts it off or cuts it off, and then he has a flare gun. He shoots it in the sky, which lets everyone know there be predators, I guess, or a predator. And that's when everyone's like, fucking light them up, and they all start shooting at each other. And there's action scenes. Lizard Dog eats somebody, I guess. And I get Alfie Allen, I think, is the first of the loonies to die. He doesn't die on screen. We just assume he's dead. Listen, when you get your arm blown off, that's like, all right, that's it for you. You're fucked. So we assume he died. We then cut to the alpha predator. It just lands, and it starts just completely eviscerating everybody. It's like, some of these army guys are trying to get away, and a predator unleashes this like rope, this like nylon, like, this steel rope line, and these guys, as they're driving, cuts their fucking heads off, and he's throwing guys into like electricity fences and shit. And everyone's dead. Eventually, everyone's like, okay, let's just start focusing on the predator. And the predator's just kind of like, get on my way. Nope, rip you out. He's like, grabs some guy between his thick thighs and rips him in two, breaks him like a wishbone on a turkey. And eventually he boards the ship. Because you're thinking, okay, what the fuck is going on? What's this guy's deal? Like, he wants this booper for a reason. He killed this little predator. What's going on? I understand Sterling K. Brown's motivation, as dumb as it is, as weirdly overly complicated as it is. Like, I get it. You're evil. You want technology. You want the technology to be able to leave Earth someday. I understand. What's the Predator's thing? What's his thing? And the Predator starts talking like he uses his ship's communicator to then speak English. And he basically says, as fun as it, like he literally is like being sassy, as fun as it's been watching you guys kill each other, okay, I have a job to do. All right. And I need Jacob Tremblay. And they're like, what? And the Predator says, I need all the autism. I need the autism. It's the secret. And so that's the reason why. And because Olivia Munn, she's like, oh, I get it now. According to some experts, they believe that autism is the future of the human race, that is just what we will eventually all become. And that's like us on another level. And so the Predators want to get all the autism because that's the best of humanity. And they want to literally inject Jacob Tremblay, his DNA, into their bodies to make themselves autistic. That's the plot of the movie. That's what it is. And it's like, wow. It's like, okay. All right. And fucking Boyd Holbrook's like, there's no way I'm giving you my kid so you can inject his autism into you. And the Predator's like, I want all the autism. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get me some of that autism. But the Predator says, I'm going to give you guys a head start. I'm going to give you guys, like literally always the gainsman, the huntsman chat, the Predator. I'm going to give you guys, weirdly, a 7.5 minute head start to just run away and prepare yourselves, and then I'm gonna come a hunting. And they're like, okay. And so they're like, Boyd Holbrook approaches Sterling K. Brown. He's like, are we friends now? And he goes, yeah, we're friends. And they just agree to be friends. And they team up and they hide in the woods while the Predator blows up the little baby Predator ship. And then we cut to the woods. And like everyone's taking stock of the weapons they have, like the loonies, the government. Sterling K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown puts up the Predator plasma caster harness on him, so he has the gun like right on his shoulder, and he's like asking Jacob Tremblay like how to use this, and it's like, oh, it's automated. It'll attack whoever attacks you, and he goes, oh, cool. And then after that, the Predator's like, all right, I'm gonna come hunt you guys, and it just starts, and we get like a really dumb scene of Sterling K. Brown, his men, practicing with they have 7.5 minutes, and now they're just like, let's just practice with the Predator weapons, even though we never use them. And we see this one guy, this one soldier, who has the wrist gauntlet. Like, why are you fucking using this shit you never used before? Not in this situation. You want to use weapons that you're comfortable with and you have knowledge of. It's like, let's use this shit we've never used in our lives before. Okay. And so this one random soldier guy has the wrist gauntlet and fires one of the Predator discs out. And he's like, oh, I think it's going to come back and you're going to be able to catch it. And the guy goes, are you sure? And Sterling K. Brown's like, yeah, man. And it fucking cuts his hand off. He's like, oh! And Sterling K. Brown's like, ha, 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 ha. And he shoots him. He shoots him. He's like, he needed to stay quiet. He was yelling too loud. It's like, wow, dude. Eventually the Predator comes in and it starts attacking everybody. It starts killing them, eats one guy, like literally like gets this one guy from the ground and just starts eating him alive. He's like, help me. It's like, nope. And they all start shooting him. It's all CGI. It doesn't look good. Eventually, they set up a trap. Like they use Ewok tactics, chat, like Ewok guerrilla warfare tactics using like rocks and sticks and shit. They also somehow set up like a napalm trap where they set the Predator on fire. And they're like, we gotta take it down. But Thomas Jane is like, fuck pussy. And that's all he says. And he's like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself because that's literally all I am. I only say weird things that are off-putting to people. And he has chosen to then use a small knife and thrust himself upon the Predator, the Predator's burning alive at this point. He's going, ah! Predator's freaking the fuck out. And Thomas Jane goes on top of the Predator and starts stabbing him. And the Predator, like that, I will admit, they bamboozled this Predator pretty goddamn good because it was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm being stabbed and I'm on fire at the same time, and it just, get off of me. And he throws Thomas Jane. He throws Thomas Jane, and he impales him on a tree. He goes, fuck pussy. Pussy fuck. And Keegan-Michael Key's like, no, my best white friend. And he charges the Predator. And the Predator's like, get away from me. And he fucking slashes him. And Keegan-Michael Key's tum-tum just falls out. Oh! And the Predator's like, I need a minute. Give time out. I need a minute. He just runs away to put the flames out. And then we see this. It's just like, is this supposed to be like, oh, what an emotional scene where Thomas Jane's like, pussy fuck. And Keegan-Michael Key's like, witness! Witness me! Mr. Hummendinger, thank you so much for the raid. Everybody on the dance floor. Raid. We're at the part where Thomas J. and Keegan-Michael Key are dying in the movie. They're dying in the movie. Wham, bam, it's jam. Welcome to a non-dog pooping raid. Mr. Hummendinger, I hope you're doing well tonight, my friend. Woo, it's been a fun review, chat. It's been a hell of a goddamn. I'm not even done yet. But we see, oh, Divine Miss Klein, rescrumming 8 months, an 8-month streak, 1 month away from front pooping out that Twitch, baby. Yo, what a baby. Thank you, Divine Miss Klein. Absolute pleasure to have you here, guys. Alex Bernal, good to see you. Bill Casey, nod solemnly. That's what they do. That's what they do, because they look at each other where you have Thomas Jane going, pussy, fuck, pussy. And Keegan-Michael Key's like, yeah, man. Yeah, man, I understand you, man. And they pull their guns out, and then they shoot each other, and then they die. And I feel like that's what's supposed to be like emotional, like, oh, but it falls flat because you're like, I don't like any of these guys. And so it's just like, no fucking thank you. Right, pro? Agreed. Yeah, it doesn't work out. Newsy Revan. Oh my god, no, get me out of this purgatory. You're back, Newsy Ducky, Newsy Revan, formerly Newsy Ducky. We got another hype train, chat. Are we on the cusp of another hype train? Oh my god. If we're going to get into another hype train, chat, I might pause the review. So we're at the part where Keegan-Michael Key and Thomas Jane have killed each other. And you feel nothing for them. You feel nothing. Absolutely nothing. But not everyone. There are still people that could live. Oh, I forgot. Before Thomas Jane dies, there's a death, and it's like I don't understand it to this day. I still don't understand it, Chad. I feel nothing, color. Oh my god. Oh, Newsy Revan, how long have I been asleep? I know, many years. Things have changed. Indeed. Yeah, people, Raiders, welcome. Oh, yes, please do refresh the stream. Great viewership does not count towards average viewership, sadly. But you can do that. I'd appreciate that. Please do check out Mr. Hummendinger's stream. What are you playing today, Mr. Hummendinger? Before I go back to my review, I'm going to give us some time. Just in case the hype train occurs. I want to get back in the review when the hype train occurs, so... I want to take a moment, a breather, if you. I have alcohol in here, so I need a fucking drink. This movie, chat. This fucking movie. Nearly missed my mouth. Oh my lord! Oh, Divine is behind the 100 biddies. I think I did it. Did I did it? Is it one more? Oh, there it is. We're getting hype, chat. We gotta get hype. Color, thank you for the 100 biddies, chat. We gotta have it. We gotta have it now. Woo-wee. Do you like my dancing? I like my dancing. Oh, my lord.
Work it fast like Sonic, make your ass do a loop-de-loop.
Yes.
Work it fast like Sonic,
all the loop-de-loop chat, all the rams. Oh, no.
Work for them rings, you gotta work for them rings. Work for them rings, you gotta work for them rings. Work.
Ooh.
Get juicy. Now whistle while you twerk.
CRS, thank you for the 100 biddies. CRS Uno, that is. Yes. Show me them booty butts. Whoop. All right, chat. Give me that Zemo jerk. Use your favorite hand. Now use your offhand. It's my left. Now both hands. Caller, thank you so much for the gifted sub to John. Now back to your favorite hand. Witness me!
Wiggle your arms, make
Now
it
get him a
look
wiggling,
like hentai. Wiggle your
get him a
arms, make it
jiggling,
look
ow,
like
and
hentai.
get him a
Wiggle your
squiggling.
arms, make it look like hentai. Wiggle your arms, make it look like hentai. Bitch, we love up in this bitch. Bitch, we love up in this bitch. Bitch, we love up in this bitch. Bitch, we love up in this bitch.
There it is, chat.
Actually, what you are referring to is
Actually,
not called
chat.
hentai.
Well, actually.
It's called tentacle porn.
It's true.
Hentai is animated porn. Don't ask me how I know. Just
Oh, man, we
wanted to
might get
correct
me
you.
noi up in here,
But,
chat. If this continues.
Anyway,
Might get me noi.
Now whistle while you twerk.
Arigato, chat. We're gonna keep this hype train going. This hype train is still going. Still got some chugga. Still got some chewing. Look at that pooba. Look at that thick pooba, chat. I like it.
Work it fast like Sonic, make your ass do a loop-de-loop.
All the loop-de-loops.
Work for them rings, you gotta work for them rings. Work for them rings, you gotta work for them rings. Work.
Divine misfinding in the journey. Ooh, chat. Time here is Monthfall number with a gifted sub to Mocha Medics.
Whistle while you twerk.
favorite hand, chat. Do that favorite hand. That offhand, chat. Both hands. Both hands. Witness me! Ooh, chat, let's get a wiggle. Let's get a squiggle. Let's get a jiggle. Wobble my right arm.
Actually, what you are referring to is not called hentai. It's called tentacle porn. Hentai is animated porn.
In case you don't know
ask me
that.
how I know.
I will
Just
give you that
wanted to
knowledge.
correct
I'll
you.
know so you don't
But,
have to, Chess. The least
anyway.
I can do.
Get juicy. Now whistle while you twerk.
Oh! I got the chat. Thank you guys for all that, girls. So, we'll get a little, you know what, chat? I'm going to bring you to life for a little bit. We got an hour. We got not an hour. We got a minute. We got a minute and a half. Some of that doodle bob I think you guys deserve. I'll do a little bit of that, chat, for you. That's the least. It's the least I can do. God damn you, Google Fi ads. No. Yes. Yes. Color the 50 bitties. Thank you. Oh, that's because of those 50 bitties. We'll play a little bit of this song. Gets the defib. Thank you, Color, for using that, man. Oh, shit, chat. Here we go. No, I want to stay dead. No, I bring you life. I bring you life. This is the real shit here, Chess. The real shit here. Casfay, thank you so much for the unicorn biddies. And the 7 unicorn biddies. Daredevil remix it, chat. There we go. Thank you, chat, for getting hype with me. I appreciate all your very kind support. But now we got to return back to the review, chat. We got to return back to review for The Predator. So, Thomas Jane and Keegan-Michael Key just died. You don't give a shit. But there was another death beforehand, chat. It's very fucking weird because I'm still to this day, I don't understand. I don't understand what happened. So there's a point when Thomas Jane has jumped down the Predator, which is on fire. He's Predator's going like, what the fuck is happening? And Sterling K. Brown is like, he's laughing as what he's seeing. And then Olivia Munn from to his side says, "Hey, Sterling K. Brown." He turns around like this, and the plasma caster shoots him in the head, like that. The one that he's wearing, it just fires and blows his head off, and he dies. And I don't understand why. Like, why did it do that? Why did when he went, well, huh? And it just blows his head off. And I don't get it. He's dead. He just dies. And I'm like, I to this day, no idea why that happened, but he died that way. And then Keegan-Michael Key and Thomas Jane then shoot themselves. Okay. Where are we? What happens next? A lot more people die. Oh yeah. Eventually, the Predator it attacks Boyd Holbrook, who's protecting his son, because the Predator, as we all know, wants all the autism. And he's like, "You're not the autism I want." And he throws Boyd Holbrook away. And then Olivia Munn comes and attacks me. She's like, "I don't want you either, even though you're a cutie patootie." Throws her. And he's like, "You." And he's like, "Take me, just don't hurt anybody else." And he goes, "Will you give me all your autism?" He goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "Cool." And then he takes him. He fucking grabs him. And he goes back to his ship. But Boyd Holbrook, he's got my boy. And the survivors at this point are Olivia Munn, Trevante, Miguel, and Boyd Holbrook. So there's 4 people now. That's it. Everyone else is dead. And so, and obviously Jacob Tremblay. And then it immediately goes to daytime for whatever reason, even though it was the middle of night. We are now in like noon. It's like noon the next day. I don't understand it. And they're chasing after the Predator, who then boards his ship, gets on board, throws little Jacob Tremblay in like on a pod of some kind. And Jacob Tremblay, he can hack the system, so he's telling everyone what he's seeing. Eventually, they spot the ship. It's rising out of this ravine, and Boyd Holbrook and Miguel and Trevante, they jump onto the ship. I'm like, I don't think that's a good plan. We're just going to jump on the ship. They jump on the ship. Olivia Munn says, fuck that. I ain't jumping on no fucking Predator spaceship. And she made the best choice, because they're up there and like the thing's like flying, and they start like shooting at it, and the Predator's like, stop it. And he activates his shield. And they see the shield coming up, and Jacob's like, he activated his shield, guys, so watch out. And at this point, it's like, oh, Jesus. And so they see the shield. It's kind of like popping up like little hexagons. Go, boop, 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 and it's getting closer to them till it's like right where they are. Boyd Holbrook, he goes flat. And so he like goes flat, and the shield like covers him. It's like it's right above him, while Trevante, he jumps up and lands on top of the shield. Miguel's like, I choose to do neither. And he like decides to shoot at it. But when the shield like finally forms up, it severs his fucking legs until he's got little stubs. And he just slides off the ship going, ah, and he dies. And it was just a gross death. It was just like, I didn't like it. I was like, it was mean. It was a mean death. But he fucking dies. And eventually we see Trevante and Boyd Holbrook. They're like right on top of each other like this in a non-sexual way, but we know it was sexual, chat. And Boyd Holbrook at this point is like, Trevante, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to perform, chat. What I tell you? Say with me now. A blackrify. He's like, well, guess I'll just die because I need to help my white friend and my white friend's wife and their white child. And so, therefore, as a black man, I must perform a blackrify. And he just decides to throw himself into the engine of the Predator ship. Literally just goes, woohoo! Like, literally goes, woohoo! Jumps, starts shooting at it, and then just eviscerated. It's like if you put a black man in a blender, chat. It's like, why? And thankfully, his black body, the blackrify, destroys the engine of the of the Predator ship. And the Predator's like, what the fuck just happened? Little did he know, chat, of the power. He is unaware, chat, of the power of the blackrify. And the Predator ship crashes. It crashes, and Boyd Holbrook, he ends up inside. He gets inside of it somehow. And he battles the Predator, and the Predator's like, the Predator like falls over and shit. And he gets his son out of there. He grabs his son as the Predator ship crashes, and explosion. And then they Boyd Holbrook, he comes out of the Predator ship with his son, but the Predator's like, what the fuck? And he's really pissed at this point. I mean, he's got no ship, no way to get home unless the Predator sends someone else to get his big ass off the planet. But he's like, I am done. I am 110% fucking done. And so he starts fighting Boyd Holbrook, but he does the thing where it's like, you could easily, we've already seen him, chat, literally rip a man's asshole out of his ass. We've seen him do it. We've seen him like eat people. And it's like, and he chooses just to throw Boyd Holbrook around. Just throw him around. Just kill him. Just finish him off. It's like, why are you throwing him at this point? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But he's like, all right, I'm done. I'm done throwing you. I'm going to kill you now. But right before he's about to do that, Olivia Munn, she goes, Olivia Munn attack. And she attacks the Predator, and she jumps on back of him, and she starts stabbing him, I guess. And then he's like, all right, enough of that. And he throws her. One point, he's about to, like, slice the Boyd Holbrook with his gauntlet or whatever, but he's right next to his ship, and Jacob Tremblay, he has hacked the ship, so he knows everything, and so he turns the shielding back on and severs the fucking Predator's arm. The Predator's like, what the fuck? And he's really mad about that, and he's about to attack Jacob Tremblay, but the lizard dog. The lizard dog arrives and is like, I love everyone, let's play. And it starts attacking the predator chat. And I guess does the predator kill the lizard dog? I don't know. He hits it, he throws it a lot. Newsy Ducky's back. Oh my gosh. Testing. Oh my Lord. But he throws I think he maybe I don't know. He throws the dog, the lizard dog, not the pit bull. I was like, why is that pit bull? I feel like it had more importance in the movie, but it doesn't matter. Throws the dog. But then, thankfully, Boyd Holbrook, he grabs the player's gauntlet arm, and thankfully the gauntlet has, I guess, a grenade launcher feature, because he fires a spiked grenade into the predator's thick thigh, and the predator goes, oh shit, and he explodes. And then as the smoke clears, we see the predator's missing, his other arm's gone, and his legs are gone, and he has no dick. He is a dickless predator. He's like, oh, my dick, and he falls down, and he's like, and then Boyd Holbrook, like, approaches the alpha predator, and he asks, and he literally says, what are you? Where are you from? And the predator feels like, well, I'll tell you now if you help me and if you keep me alive. And he says, nah, never mind. And he just shoots him. It's like, why ask those fucking questions? Like, who are you and why are you here and where are you from? And it's like, fuck it. And he just shoots him in the face and he dies. And then Olivia Munn, she's okay. She's a little derpy now, though. She found her head a few teeth. She's like, I'm cute. And he's like, we know, Olivia. But she sits right next to Boyd Holbrook and little Jacob Tremblay. And I guess they kept all of the little keepsakes of the Loonies chat, because they all died, as you know. And we have the little tinfoil unicorn, and we have like a pack of cigarettes, which represents Trevante, and pickles. We have some pickles that represent Alfie Allen, fucking Theon Greyjoy, and I guess Thomas Jane has something. Keegan-Michael Key has something. And he's saying, all right, son, so these are the soldiers that no one knows about, but we know about them, and no one else will know what happened, but we'll always know. And he goes, you're right, Dad. And then they bury the shit in the woods. Okay. And then we cut, and Olivia Munn's not in the movie anymore. And now it's just Boyd Holbrook and his son. Well, we cut to Boyd Holbrook, and he looks like he has now been put in charge of the Predator Project, the Stargazer Project. And he's walking in this facility, and we meet a guy. He's like, hi, I'm a guy. I'm assisting you on this project, Boyd Holbrook. I bet I'll be in the sequel that won't happen. He goes, I bet you would be in the sequel that if it did happen. And they're walking, because they just start exposition. So the little baby predator was escaping from the big predator because it was trying to help humanity fight the predators. So then why was the little baby predator killing humans then if it wanted to help us? It doesn't make any fucking sense. But they go into this room, and it's like something out of the fucking, it's like a Disney Channel original movie. Chad, this week on the Disney Channel, go ahead and see this little kid help the government with this massive project to fight the Predator. The Predator, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, this Friday on the Disney Channel. Because they've given little Jacob Tremblay his own office in this super big government installation where he's helping them study the predators, and he has his own fucking desk and everything, and he's playing around with the predator mask, and the scientists are like, Jacob, what do you think? He's like, you mixed the two up. Two should be over here. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? It's so fucking weird. And we see down, he's like, what do you got here, son? He's like, well, let me tell you, Dad. And we look down, and this like in this atrium area where they have these two pods. There's one pod which we see in the movie which is doesn't open up for the entire film, but there's something inside that other pod. We don't know. And then there's another pod like right here. And it's like, I put it in the formula, but it didn't open it. And then one of these scientists approaches, and it starts opening up. And then what comes out is looks like a gun, like a wrist gun with like a big old gun on it or something, like a double-barrel gun. And the scientist is like, I wonder why they gave this to us. What's the point? And then it attaches the guy. It goes, oh, oh, and it's like Iron Man. It's literally, I was like, oh, it's Iron Man? Okay, I see this. Okay, Black Sabbath. And it literally starts attaching it starts flying at the scientist guy until it forms like an Iron Man Predator outfit, chat. He's Iron Man. It has like laser cannons and it can fucking fly. And then eventually it detaches from the guy and it goes back to the sarcophagus pod. And Boyd Holbrook's like, that right there, my son. Because his son's like, what do you think it is, Dad? He's like, that's my suit. And I'm going to suit up soon. But he never does, Chad, because that movie never fucking happened. And that, my friends, is The Predator. The 2018 film directed by Shane Black, in my opinion, the worst entry in the Predator franchise, chat. Maybe, with the exception of a couple of cool practical effects action scenes, like the little baby Predator early on in the movie. This is a bad movie. The story doesn't make any fucking sense. Editing's awful. The writing is really bad. The dialogue is bad. There's some bad action scenes. The CGI is super hit and miss. Sequel baity is all hell at the end. I'm like, okay. And the big fucking reveal that the reason why the Predators are hunting humans is because we want all the autism. We need the autism. It's like, fuck. It's indulging in that trope that if you have autism, then you have a superpower, which is so weird to me that they do that. And I guess that's been around for Hollywood for years, but I feel like it's very prevalent within this last decade. So here you go, Chad. Dom would call that arm a bust. That's a bust of armor. I don't need no fucking armor. I got family. I got family. I had the loonies, and you were like, fuck it. I'll take armor over the loonies. But yeah, Chad, this is a low sumo bullshit. I mean, it might be boring. I don't know. Is it a fuck? I can't really give it a fuck you. I mean, it's close. It's definitely a low sumo bullshit, Chad. It's pretty fucking bad. It's pretty bad. And there are a couple of scenes like, that was fun, that was entertaining. But overall, it's a really bad movie. So yeah, I would give it a low. But everyone does give it a fuck you. I get it. I totally get it. Especially when they do how they handle the autism stuff. It's like, this is kind of fucked up. So I give us a low sumo bullshit. The pod should have opened to reveal Aunt Arnold's Dutch. Woo, smoking a cigar. I'm back. That would have been amazing. So, actually, I'm glad you brought that, Deadpool, because Shane Black approached Arnold to reprise his role as Dutch. Although Shane Black thought of it more as just a cameo, Arnold wanted a bigger role, and he's like, well, I'm going to pass in the movie because I want a bigger role. And so I was like, I get that. I totally get that. But yeah, it's funny that Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's done all these sequels to all these movies, or some of these movies, I guess, like, Terminator famously, but never returned for a Predator sequel, which is interesting. I mean, in hindsight, that's worked out for him. I don't know. Shot well enough. It's shot well enough. Yes, there's some cool choreography. When it's the practical stuff, it's good. Some of the CGI stuff doesn't work for me. But yeah, I was not a fan. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, that would have been interesting. Would have showed up, but not in this movie at this point.